Hello, everybody, and welcome to Awfully Silly. Now, this is the show, of course, where we take everybody's favorite block from the mainline GDQ events, which is, of course, the Awful and Silly block, and put it in that prime time slot, at least in U.S. time. My name is Conception. I'm the host of your show. We got another doozy here for you. Again, we only have doozies. I say it every week, I'm pretty sure, but we only have doozies on this show. But before we jump into tonight's theme and episode, wanted to remind everyone of a few key announcements. Now, if you are as excited as I am, you'll probably already know this, but SGDQ 2023 is coming up May 28th through June 4th in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, if you're interested in attending the event in person, registration is open and it will stay open until May 3rd, which is coming up faster than you might think. So feel free to go on over to GamesDoneQuick.com for some more information about that. Additionally, you can find the schedule there, which is now live as of last week. So feel free to take a look and see the schedule. You can also use !SGDQ in the chat if you want to take a look at that as well. All right. Well, tonight's episode is special to me. I've always been a big fan of point and click adventure games or point and click games in general. And I've been wanting to put together a show for a while that highlights the awfulest and the silliest of those games in that category. And I was finally able to slap something together for tonight. So we are getting awfully clicky tonight. And the first run that we have on the schedule here for you is a run called Crazy Machines, the Inventors Workshop category specifically. And it's going to be run by Riven. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Welcome from the not so prime slot of Central Europe.
I do apologize. Yes, I said prime and I was like, not for Riven. It's not.
Yeah. So I'm Riven. Joining me is
Toka. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, and you'll mostly be listening to his beautiful voice as I'm going to be focusing on clicking and pointing and all the good stuff. But yeah, so Crazy Machines, puzzle game, point and click. We're gonna get a bunch of funky contraptions to complete with a set of tools that are available in a certain level, and there'll be some funny stuff going on, but you'll see. The time will start when I click a new game. That'll be in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so yes, this is Crazy Machines, a point-and-click puzzle game from 2005. The game consists of 102 physics-based levels, as you can see already, each with an individual goal. So in this case, the box at the end has to be knocked off or like hit by the ball, and then the level ends, the next level triggers. In principle, the gameplay consists of 2 phases. For each experiment, there's a build phase and the actual experiment phase, where the experiment is conducted. In the build phase, see on the right, there's a, well, not right now you see, there's a predefined set of objects that it can use in order to complete the experiment, in a sense, and in order to achieve the individual goal of the level. And, well, as is usual with point-and-click games, a lot of time saved compared to a normal playthrough anyway comes from just knowing the puzzles, routing out optimal solutions, fast mouse movement to, in this case, to build the stage quickly, skipping animations, and last but not least, hotkeys. So you see here between experiments, there like for a few frames, there's a menu flickering up, which, for example, can be skipped with the Enter key instead of clicking on it. There are also hotkeys for starting the experiment, for rotating and turning the assets of the level, as you can see. And there's actually one big restriction, which kind of makes sense, given it's a physics-based puzzle game, is that the objects you can place have to be placed outside of what the level already gives to you. So you cannot have 2 objects inside of each other in theory, but as you're seeing here, we can just not care about that, basically. And the way to do that is the biggest skip, or the biggest glitch, the biggest glitch of this whole run. It's called the stuck bug. Very evident name, I would argue. Because it's a glitch or a bug that lets you place objects such that they're stuck inside of each other. And what the physics engine will do then is realize, once the experiment started, realize, oh, there are two objects inside of each other. That's not good. Let's push them apart. And that's what the game does. And the usefulness here is kind of obvious in a game where you have to get things from A to B. So there you have to get the basketball falls into the pit, or well, this was not a good.
This is a good example.
Yeah, this one was a good one. Here, the tennis ball has to usually take the zigzag path, but we can stuck bug the plank inside there, so the ball just goes right over that, saving a few seconds, and then activating the lever, completing the circuit, nails getting hammered in. Now, there are two currently known methods to do the stuck bug. There's the rotation stuck bug and the stop experiment stuck bug. The rotation stuck bug that works with objects that can be rotated or flipped, as you'll probably have seen a few times already, like pipes that have to be rotated to complete a certain pipe segment or whatever. And that's a very easy and also very fast way to stuck bug. Here was another one with a blowtorch, which can be flipped. Then stuck bug into the basketball moves right away. And then there's the stop experiment stuck bug, which works on any object, but it's just a bit slower. And Rhythm may correct me if this is not the current knowledge anymore, but the stop experiment stuck bug was believed to be the more difficult one, because it was believed to be frame perfect. However, when she explained the game to me, if I recall correctly, she realized that it's not frame perfect. You can buffer an input, and it's actually very easy.
Yeah, exactly. It's simple, but it takes more time since you need to, actually start the experiment and then stop it for it to work.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, yeah, as Rhythm said, the rotation stuck bug. All you have to do is to click on the object that can be rotated or flipped. Then you wait until the menu shows up. There's a little circular menu with all the options, with showcasing everything you can do to the object. And while the rotation or the flip button is being held from that menu, you can just drag the object to wherever you want. And the restriction of this is not being able to place objects inside of each other is skipped. So I feel like the stuck bug is a very intuitive kind of thing. Also, here's a very nice thing. The ball is supposed to go all the way around, but into the pit, but the trigger for the pit extends slightly below it. So that's it's kind of funny. Right, here's another minor use of the stuck bug again, for a more compact machine there. We place these two objects inside of each other. Usually you would have to use another pipe. The two machines do not overlap. I guess that makes sense. Right, for the next few levels, there will be a lot of minor stuck bug uses. Here we have to knock both boxes off, and the left one we do via stuck bug. Same thing here.
Annoying.
Yeah, this one's a bit precise because given how precisely you can place objects, the velocity you get from stuck bug can also vary quite a lot. It also kind of depends on the object you're using. But for these things where you have to cover, for example, a lot of distance and have to land in a rather precise spot, it may take a few tries to get the desired outcome. Here's another one. Get the thing from A to B. Very simple. Now here the goal is to grow the plants by giving them light, and it's intended to wait for the ball there to go all the way around, but we can just not do that and use the balloon to hit the lever instantly. So if you place an object inside a lever via stuck bug, the lever's activated instantly. And yeah, that level at 52 was a very nice use of that fact.
Yeah, here it is again.
Yeah, exactly. Now here the goal is to not let the bucket fall. There are actually two ways. So here, that's the...
I'm actually going to show off the glitch this way.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the glitchless way here is to very precisely put the magnet such that the handles of the scissors are held apart. So the scissors do not cut the fuse and the rocket is being launched. No stuck bugs, just like very precise placement.
We have a glitchless category, and even in that, there's some really funny solutions. Absolutely not intended.
Yeah. Here another instant lever via stuck bug. Now these things, these yellow pinwheels, these are pretty inconsistent for stuck bug use. But this one was third try, it's pretty good. For reasons I do not know, I just know that that's the case, that the momentum you get from stuck bugging with these pinwheels is it's just very sensitive to the initial conditions. Here, balloon gets popped.
That's an intended solution, just...
Yeah, this is a
precise
glitchless thing, but it's a timing level. Also a bit precise. Another stuck bug.
Bit of improv.
Yeah, here the bucket has to go down to the platform, but the strat we use is to just bump it down via stuck bug, which very nicely worked here.
Yeah. That's one of the improv levels where you just kind of hope for the best. Hope that your stuck bug works out.
Yeah, so usually there's this trade between do I really want to set up because setting up things properly takes time, or can I just wing it, and even if I get in 2-3 tries, it's faster than like finding a setup and meticulously executing it. There are a few levels where doing a setup is actually preferable, but mostly it's a kind of wing it strat, just because things just happen very fast anyway. Now here we have to get the weights to the other side. Easiest way, who would have thought stuck bug, and use the motor kind of thing to have it, kind of ditch it to the right, to the pit where it has to go. Yeah, that's also a strat we've seen a handful of times already, where not only do we stuck bug to launch objects, but we also use other objects we can place to act as a wall, so to kind of change where the objects go.
Okay.
Here was another use.
This level is a pretty cool one because there's a whole sort of bit of the intended solution where you're supposed to get this weight to land on a flashlight that will light a fuse, that will light a cannon that shoots at the weight and pushes it to the right, but instead you can just place it on this cog, which is not the intended solution, but it just works. So
right, and then the cog pushes us to the right.
To the conveyors, which is intended. Yeah.
Now this one is kind of annoying because you have to time 2 stuck bugs. The goal is for the ball to fall into the bucket. So you have to time, or you have to place the thing such that the speed of the ball and the bucket line up, such that the bucket kind of catches the ball right as it falls down the platform there. Nice little
so
improv
close.
thing with the scissors there, very nice.
I didn't know that level had scissors. I just kind of scrolled down the list. This level sucks.
Yeah, this one right here is intended this like weight pendulum.
Come on!
You have to hit it at a good angle, but also with not too much speed, so the ball doesn't bounce back. It's kind of finicky in an intended way. So this is not, we want to use a glitch. We have to be very precise about it, but this is what the game wants you to do.
Okay.
But it worked. Another stuck bug here, again, with the idea to use an object to kind of stop it. Now here we have to have all the balloons leave the screen, and we have prevented the dynamite from blowing them up. In principle, you can stuck bug one of the 2 balloons, but not both of them, because you only have one object at your disposal. So you could nudge one of the balloons away, but not the second one. And the second one would be destroyed. Here, it's a very nice setup where actually the background is used. So the conveyor on the top is placed in a very precise manner, such that the bucket goes to the right. It's like precisely above the platform where it has to go, and the game says, yep, that counts, the bucket is on the platform, and the win condition is triggered. So that's one of the few instances I mentioned where the background is being used as a setup to place certain objects in a precise way. Now, this level, as I was told, is quote-unquote the worst level. The goal here is to get to steel ball into the pit on the right, but for that we first have to blow up the stone cube obstacle using the dynamite.
That was interesting. I hope the balloon gets popped here. Not sure if the positioning of the top blowtorch. That's the worst part about this level, is if you get some like the blowtorch position off slightly, you need to wait all this time to figure that out.
Right, yeah.
That worked out.
It's good, very nice.
Oh,
It's like
sure.
you watch in anticipation. Oh yeah, first try, that was very good. Here we have to light the fuse of the rocket, and we do it again by stuck bugging, and the candle flies, or the candle has to fly, such that the flame of the candle precisely hits the fuse. So that can also take a few tries, but first try there is very good. So here you can see we're then zooming in to place certain object. That's intended, that's another one of these very precise puzzles where,
I hope I got it.
where things
Nice.
have to be placed in a very precise way, but that worked out splendidly. It's another nice stuck bug. Here is a cool little out of bounds, quote unquote, if you will. As you can see, the ball is intended to go all the way to the right and then left, wherever, but you can just nudge it over the top and have it leave the intended path, and then use 2 pipes to nudge it back where it has to go.
Oh, my game crashed.
Ooh.
I have never had it crash.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Crazy. I don't know what
Gotta say
experiment that was.
Gotta say the
86,
thing.
I
That's
believe.
never happened before.
Sorry? Say it again?
Gotta
86,
say
I
that
believe.
thing.
No, 86? 96? Could not hear
Should
you.
be 86. 86.
86.
Also, can you
Not quite.
share the game in Discord again?
Oh, yes, yes. This one. Yep.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, so 84 was the outer bounds.
85,
86. Yeah, 85 we just did.
We'll do it again. Oh,
Sure,
let me also
After all,
balance
just
the audio, because the video game likes to reset your volume settings when you close it.
Oh, right.
Good like that. There we go. Should be back on track. Very good. No crash.
What crash?
No crash. Exactly.
I didn't see anything.
Wish you didn't see this run. What? There? This. Yeah.
I mean, I'd say so far the runs. It's pretty decent, actually.
It's going fairly well, yeah. I don't have a timer on, but it's probably fine.
Yeah, thanks as well.
Haven't really gotten stuck on anything too badly.
Here's another precise stuck bug to have the, I think it's the bucket and the valve interact in a certain way, if I recall correctly.
That is correct.
Which works very nicely. Also, that's another small tech. Sometimes the stuck bug is only part of the whole thing you want to do. So you first set up the stuck bug, start the experiment to ensure that in that part or that section of the experiment, the stuck bug does what it's supposed to do. Then you stop the experiment and set up the rest of the level. Because I mean, that's kind of obviously.
Does that work? No.
Same. Obviously faster and safer than doing the whole thing in one go and then realize, oh, the first thing I did didn't work. Oops.
Yeah.
I mean, that works.
Yeah, that was a kind of janky solution. I've never used a pipe to block the TNT like that before, but hey, first time for everything.
Yeah, due to the precise physics, it's a very common thing to, also another little out of bounds here, quote unquote. It's a common thing or improvisation is a common theme, let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Because you have to adapt very quickly to the situation at times. See, we place another wall.
Ooh, whoa, that's a powerful push. Right.
Too much speed.
A little bit too much, yeah. This is the level where so this game has like an intended solution button where once you've beaten a level, you can see what the devs intended you to do. And this is a level where that solution doesn't work. It just desyncs.
Yeah, indeed. The game is very particular about the NVIDIA driver and NVIDIA settings. And if I recall correctly, Rylan had to downpatch the game in order for it to work properly.
No, not the game. Don't be silly. The NVIDIA physics,
the driver.
graphics
driver.
driver.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
The driver.
Yeah. It's like that. At least this game works with the wrong driver. It's just slow. It's very laggy. Crazy Machines 2 just doesn't start if you don't have the right driver version.
Getting to the last few levels here.
Nice. That one's kind of tricky to get first try because that dynamite likes to not get lit or flip away. This one's really difficult. Just kidding.
Here's another somewhat precise one. The candle has to land close enough to the flask so that the flame, or that the game says that the flame is close enough.
Nice.
The flask's being lit. But here, what was the second or third try? It's pretty good.
That's very good, yeah.
See, another small stuck bug to skip some pipes.
Like this.
Have things stuck kind of inside the engine. Yeah, there we go. Pipe goes through the engine.
That's the wrong pipe. Okay. Okay. This is the last difficult level. Well, it's not really difficult, it's just kind of precise. But we should be good. So, this conveyor is moving very slowly. And luckily, the candle here will stay lit long enough under this boiler to power the hammer. I don't really know what the intended solution is. I think you're supposed to like somehow have this valve shoot once this candle falls off, and that like stops the conveyor from. I don't know. I'm just very lucky that that works. Yeah, get ready on time as soon as the end card shows up at the end of this level when the final set of fireworks blows up. So yeah, that was Crazy Machines. I hope you enjoyed. It's a very focus heavy kind of game. Thank you, Toka, for commandeering. And get ready.
My pleasure.
That is time.
And there we are.
There we are. Woo-hoo. Yeah,
Well
that was
done.
Crazy Machines. Inventor's Workshop, which is the main sort of campaign. There's a second one, which is like way harder, and I don't know how to do it. Yeah, there's actually 4 campaigns across this game and Crazy Machines 1.5, which both run on the same engine, so they all share the stuck bug, which is pretty fun. So if you like this and would like to see more Crazy Machines, I mean, we have runs. I think there's runs of every single campaign. I've done 2 of them. Yeah, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the hotfix. Enjoy the rest of point-and-click games. Severely underrated and underrepresented genre of games and speedrunning in general. Super excited to, take part in this and represent point-and-clickers. Right, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. As somebody who's run a point-and-click game or 2, very underrepresented, and this one is certainly, as somebody put it in the chat, it's very silly, but in a very charming way. I love that. Our silliness knows no bounds here. So thank you so much for being on our show again, Rhythm, who ran, I think it was my second ever show with Yonoid 2, and now have to
The food one, right?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
the food-based episode. And now you got to come back for
That
this
was
one.
good.
So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. For everybody else out there, we're going to take a quick break before we dive into our next point-and-click adventure game. So feel free to check on your machines at home to make sure that they are working properly and they are not having stuck bugs. And we will see you here in just a few short moments. Alrighty, welcome back to Awfully Silly, everyone. In case you missed it, we kicked off tonight's episode with an incredible run of Crazy Machines by Rhythm. Very charming, silly game. Definitely silly, but definitely silly in kind of like the cute way, which we like. And we're going to be rolling right along here with another wonderful point-and-click game. Before we get started, though, I did want to remind everyone that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. So please consider subscribing if you are enjoying the daily speedrunning content. We really appreciate it. And if you so happen to be watching on YouTube at some point in the future, be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to our channel. And you can also come on over to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content, which is going to start most weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Without further ado, though, I think it's time for us to jump into our next point-and-click adventure game. A game I was not overly familiar with, but was popular enough to get a 20th anniversary edition. So it must have been played by some people, and of course, it must have been played by our runner Lemmings here. So, Lemming, go ahead and take it away. Show us what Gabriel Knight 20th anniversary edition is all about.
Absolutely, welcome. This is the 20th anniversary edition of Gabriel Knight 1. Sins of the Fathers. Joining me is the father of the speedrun of sorts, the Woofs, the original person to discover some of the, I don't even know how to define it, peculiarities, nonstop glitchiness tonight.
That's fair.
So, Woofs, say hi to chat.
Hey everybody, yeah, the Wolf's here. I am shocked and very happy that Gabriel Knight 20 has made it onto the big stage here. I'm very excited for this run.
Yeah, so before I click new game, and time will start on new game, I feel compelled to explain what's going on because it's going to get weird pretty quickly. The traditional original ride in this game was pretty dull. I have to say, like, Wolves, you tried your best, but it was like an hours upon hours long run. A lot of waiting around for different actions to take place until you discovered a special debug code. Very complicated to put in. So actually, I got this visual aid. I have the spare gaming keyboard here. I just want to show you exactly what I'll be doing. It's very advanced. So pay attention. That's it. The B key.
There it is.
For reasons unclear to us, if you press the B key, the game will break. B for break. Is it a debug code? Is it something more supernatural and harrowing, much like the themes of the game? We don't know. One thing I'm pretty sure I do know is that it is testy. If we use B too much, the game will start getting weird. Character models will fall apart. The game will probably soft lock. We can fix that. Whenever something disconcerting happens, heads spinning, character models doing what they should not, I implore you in chat to spam B. Animal or letter is fine. That seems to sate whatever supernatural entity is helping us out. So whenever you get the opportunity, please do so. And we should have a nice smooth run here. So without further ado, time will start a new game in 3, 2, 1.
Good luck. Let's do it.
And we have our first and pretty much only unskippable cutscene here. After this, we'll have control, and we will not be letting go of it. Here it is in day one. It's something that's definitely innocuous red paint. There are 10 days in total. We're going to do our best to avoid ever seeing the screen again. The Wolves and I talked a little bit about whether we want to explain the plot of this game. We decided we don't. Do your best to put it together. And if you're truly curious, I do highly recommend checking out the game casually. It's got a nice sort of Da Vinci Code Dresden file plot to it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a detective mystery, but there's a lot of magic going on as well.
So Grace Nakamura here, our partner in crime, is talking. I really don't want to have to explain that to you all. It's just setting up the plot of the game here. So we're going to pick up our adventure game time. What is with these tweezers? There we go. And this is the power of B key. Normally we'd be trapped in this conversation and we can move around as we please. One funny quirk, as you can see, the faces still move, lips still shuffle as you try and skip out of a cutscene here. I think we are free. Let's get out of here. Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing. Let's grab our sketchbook.
Just gonna totally put this jacket
there we
on
go.
like everybody does.
There, he's got it. He's got it.
Yeah.
He is in command of his faculties. Don't worry. So the early part of this game is you are a novelist and you're basically picking up information and research related to your new voodoo-themed book. And lucky for you, there has been a string of voodoo-themed murders happening. So a lot of our early game is just kind of going around, sketching cool stuff we find, talking to random folks. In true adventure game fashion, just as you're getting intrigued with the world and want to learn more, they decide to block you behind this very odd mime puzzle. So here's our first mime escort mission. Thankfully, only one of these in the whole game. Still very odd.
Classic adventure game trope.
Yeah.
The mime escort.
Every one of these games in the series has some ludicrously obnoxious puzzle on the very first day that seems... The only intent of it seems to be to make people who paid a lot of money to play them to no longer want to play it. But that was that. We've read walkthroughs. We know all about the mime, so no big deal. Let's do a quick safety save. We're going to do a few of these throughout the run.
This is a feast for the eyes right here, this little section. This is the B key. The first time it really truly shines, I feel like. So this is a big cutscene that Lemming's in the middle of right now. We're supposed to be getting a lot of exposition on these murders, but you can see that Gabe's kind of just flying around in the background doing regular adventure game things. But we're picking up some items and kind of moving things along. That was close.
All right. The game did not crash. I did that on purpose. The aforementioned day cutscenes, for whatever reason, the game gives you a very generous autosave feature, continue from checkpoint, which will just plop us at the next day and skip the cutscene we did not want to experience. Very nifty. Saves quite a bit of time. They're going back to the police station here. The goal is to steal some confidential files and also our best friend, Detective Mosley's badge, for reasons that are currently meta, but Gabe will have... Well, I don't want to say just cause, because what he does is kind of shady, but he needs it for later.
Yeah, we at least need it to move the story along, for better or worse, I suppose.
Here is Detective Mosley. We're going to get some cursory information about the latest and greatest in voodoo murder. And we're going to leave.
Ciao, baby.
The other little bit of tech that's happening here is you're noticing that Lemming is basically talking to somebody a couple times, and that initiates the conversation actually earlier than you're supposed to, thanks to the B key. Additionally, anytime that we're in the middle of an animation or some sort of kind of dialogue, and we're waiting on it to finish, you can see that Lemming's looking at this scale down there in our inventory. That actually ends a lot of the animations early, so it's kind of like pushing the game, like kind of nudging it along as we get through this. Kind of interesting.
Is he stuck? What's going on here? If I just, yeah, we're getting a little beat keyed here, but I think if we do, yeah, she'll make us put it back, and that should free us. Here we go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Got a nice little slide there anyway. Flag
Oh,
slide.
yeah, he is a slide master.
Yeah.
Oop. That wasn't even the beat key. The game just does that when you click on that scene. All right, we need to steal our bestest friend in the whole wide world's police badge, potentially getting him fired or otherwise disgraced. Hey, get out of here, Mosley.
But it's for the book, so it's okay.
Yeah, the book.
Hey, what are you...
Yeah, the book.
The book.
You're the right...
There we go, and then...
Maybe that's what the B stands for. It's not break, it's book. Do it for the book.
For the book.
Franks, come in here a minute, would you?
right.
Bring your camera.
Could be all of it, I think. B is a universal. Whatever we need to get.
It's
right,
true.
Kind of. Yeah.
I mean, we assume it stands for broke, but it could be something much more profound and spiritually validating. Okay, he's got his police folder, so we've done all of our sieving from the police station.
As you do.
And then we're gonna map out here because just in practice now, I already broke the game this way, so let's do a quick save if we're going in here.
Yeah, this room is particularly dangerous when you're on a serious run.
All right, so we need this lady to have her cutscene play, but we're also gonna get greedy and do some of our conversation. There we go. We can't talk about Willie Jr. yet. We do need to later, but for some reason the game gets really mad if you do that while this lady, Madame Kazanu, is in the room. So we're gonna wait for her to go away. And another piece of adventure game meta here. We're just here to learn more about voodoo from this voodoo-themed drugstore. But canonically, Gabriel gets enamored of this crocodile mask and decides that he wants to purchase it at a later date. So that's why we need to become aware of that.
Can I ask...
Here we go.
Yeah, the 20th anniversary version is way stricter, I think, with kind of the rules in terms of what Gabe has to learn before actually doing an action. The original game, there's a little bit more loosey goosey with some things.
Good morning.
Got a minute, Greg?
Yeah, it's overall. Ooh, oh, she's. I don't know if anyone caught that, but her head started collapsing in on itself there.
But you'll get that from time to time.
She has that issue occasionally.
Just a normal, yeah, totally normal thing.
All right.
Some people get some exorcist type head movements here.
All right. Was that? I think our pointings overlap there, but we should be okay. Let's actually do a quick check, make sure we got the location we need. Perfect.
Nice. Yeah, that was always a run killer for me. It's like if you don't allow kind of your points to come through, it can lock you out of that conversation a second time, and you'll never unlock a location that you might need. Once the B key was kind of found, it was sort of trying to figure out like what are the rules of engagement here a little bit, because it truly does break you out of everything.
Magic
We're
hot
gonna get the flying hot dog here.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes. What do you know about hot dogs?
Come on, there we go. We need the hot dog to give to this kid because he can fit his tiny little kid arms around the fence and grab a painting, which we will give back to this artist as an act of kindness and then guilt him into doing us a favor for free.
Can you reach? Now I have to start.
Gabe's totally a good person. Don't worry
He
about
has some great dialogue too.
Hey, bro. Nice horse.
Here you go.
Just taunting an inanimate statue. You get him. All right. The boy with the telekinetic powers has sent us over a
Hate to see you
painting.
lose. I lost my only copy of a manuscript once.
All right, and
What is this? You.
I think, yeah, there we go. The all-important pointing helps us know that we're
Really? Yeah.
behaving ourselves. You good? Hey, okay.
There we go. Okay. It's funny to watch that as it kind of progresses because you sort of just phase around the park as you're waiting. It's just like
I know,
funny to
it's
see.
amazing. The one thing we skipped over is the lady that lives here was at the scene of the crime yesterday. She drove up in a car. So we're here to ask her about it, but Gabe's real intention here, and I'm being totally sincere, is just to impersonate a police officer so he can get in here and flirt with her. Which, you know, pretty rough stuff here in 2013 when it came out, and gotta say probably was still questionable when it came out in 1993, but here we are. This is the love interest for the game, and we skip a lot of that content, but there's your relevant background here.
Wasn't for the book all along.
Can't believe it.
Feel conned.
Gabriel, you lied to us. We were doing it all for the book.
We thought you were a good guy.
Anyway, she sees through this terrible plan pretty quickly here.
I think you should go.
You know, that's a good idea. Let's get out of here.
It's getting.
You can tell when the cutscene is totally messed up because people will do like a lunge on their initial kind of movement. Their first step is a very powerful one.
Oh yeah, with proper gusto.
Yeah.
Hey,
So here on day 3, we need to follow up on 2 additional sources of voodoo information here. Whoa, Gabriel, put that arm back.
There you go.
when Daddy man.
All right.
It's just loosening it up, you know?
We've all been there after you wake up after sleeping on it funny.
Yeah. It's got a baseball game later, you know?
Oh yeah.
Stay loose.
If you're wondering how we can call the telephone from that far away, that's just how it was back then. You know, if you didn't live through the 90s, that was just how those phones worked.
I'm old enough to confirm that. Sure. Yeah, that is right.
We're doing a little bit of social hacking here. We need to also enter that old lady's house under false pretenses, and we're going to get the information from the vet because we found out her little dog's name is Castro. So we have tricked the veterinarian into giving us that info. But she won't let just anyone in. She's a devout Catholic, you see, and she will only let in for random people dressed as a priest. So we got to assemble that disguise at one point too. So one thing the remake did is it added a few very minor, very peculiar puzzles, including this one where you have to confess your sins. Gabriel, please. Oh, there he goes. That's a Neil. That's a Neil, baby.
This little squat, you know.
I forget the casual joke here, but he confesses something about being a womanizer, and something about that puts the priest out of sorts, and he leaves. But we already left, so we destroyed the illusion of him walking out of his little confessional. Gonna steal his little collar. Just good guy things over here. Oh God, we're late. We gotta get to class.
Oh shoot, yeah, that's right.
Oh, it's embarrassing. No, it's already started. You know, this is important. Let's just get a seat up front here and have a conversation here. There we go.
There we go. Right up front.
This is for a book, after all. It's important.
Got to get a good view. Posing dominance as well.
And we're gonna need a dialogue treat up. Here we go. I don't think I clicked the right one though. Oh, I did. Okay.
Hey,
All right, we got our 2 point dings, so we should be good there. And oh wait, no, we're not ready for this part yet. I gotta head to our good pal Mosley. I'm sure he's not mad at all about the badge thing. And we need to witness an interrogation of a prime suspect in the voodoo murders.
Great name, Crash.
Oh yeah, Crash is the most like. Apologies for the non-Americans in the room, but Crash is the most like Dare program looking dude you've ever seen. Like, he is a classic early '90s boogeyman. We'll get a better look at Crash later.
Yeah, he's a little sleepy right now, anyways.
Yeah, he's Crash for sure.
Yeah, dude. I mean, same.
It certainly is.
All right. Music changed. I think that's our cue to get out of here. All right, now we can visit our little old lady who has the hot voodoo goss.
All right.
Truly.
Some telekinetic knocking. There we go. The part of the game was always so strange to me, 'cause I really couldn't understand why he has so much faith in this lady knowing anything, but sure enough, she actually has like a pretty good grip on all of the dark magic going on in New Orleans.
Of course.
And we had to visit the professor first because we learn a voodoo phrase, which we share with Adam Kazanush, so she knows that we're legit. We're all about the voodoo hunting, I guess. I'm not actually sure what she does with this information. just likes it, I guess. Everyone needs a hobby.
Just waits for random priests to show up so she can just.
I mean, she was so ready for this. It must happen, right?
She's got this thing right here on the table, as if it's a regular point of conversation.
So you might be hearing the voice actor doing a Southern accent, pretending to do an Irish accent bit, and this seems like a great time to remind you all that in the original version, Gabriel is played by Tim Curry. So that's just an extra bit of mustard during this whole scene, and it's absolutely a treat.
Wow. I didn't realize that. I love Tim Curry so much.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, the original.
This is such a good performance from him. I feel like the ham meter is at
Oh yeah, the original has Tim Curry, Mark Hamill, Michael Dorn, Leah Remini, and they are all. I don't know if they were told to do this or if this is just the energy they brought to a video game, but they absolutely demolished the scenery, each and every one of them. They are every line just absolutely absurd.
Can I ask you some more questions?
And of course, none of them returned, I assume. For
No, and I will say, I mean, the voice work in this remake, it's a little bit more serious. This fella on the right is actually voiced by David Fennoy, who eagle-eyed listeners, and I'm sorry, I'm interrupting him, so he's not gonna get a chance to talk, but he played oh gosh, what was his name? Lee in the first Walking Dead Telltale game. And he actually has voice credits going back to older adventure games. He was the pawn shop owner in King's Quest 6 as well. And I think he played someone in Monkey Island 3. In Curse. I don't remember who.
Yeah, I think he was he's the pirate. I can't think of his name, and somebody in chat I'm sure will call it out. But it's the pirate that you play, like you Guybrush cheats at
That's right, yeah.
poker against.
Anyway, why are we talking about this? Is because this is really slow and boring. Like, I don't know why we can't skip the dialogue. We are like subjected to their like just faces moving instead of actually advancing. But we had to go through that whole conversation to learn the concept of what a cemetery is. There we go. New map option. Which is weird because this is also where Gabe's family plot is. So I don't know how he wasn't already aware of this place to begin with. A mystery for another day.
Yeah, I feel like in the original that makes a bit more sense because you have kind of a conversation with your grandma.
Yeah.
Like it feels a bit more
Well,
natural.
you speedrun the original. Is that even a conversation that you need to do?
Yeah, you do. You have to it's like one dialogue line that unlocks the cemetery location, but it's kind of it's odd that it's with Dr. John going through Marie Laveau there.
Yeah, whatever works, I suppose. Yeah, normally you can visit the cemetery early, and today is Visit Grandma Day, which again you can do that any time in the original, but here they want you to do it on day 4. And that's fine. That's not a huge deal.
What's
Gotta ask for our messages because we found out Grandma called and we feel bad about not visiting her. Hey, that's good on Gabe. I mean, you gotta take time out of your day to visit your loved one. So, bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandma. Off to loot your attic.
Also, we didn't know where she lived until today.
Yeah,
so
apparently.
Interesting.
She finally left her address in a voicemail. All right, we're digging around. Whoop. I've moved the picture again somehow. And a special little key for this special little clock. We're gonna meta the solution to this. Normally in the casual game, you find this out through, I think, one of your dad's diaries or something. Find her old granddaddy's letter. I guess we should talk to Grandma. I came all this way. While she's doing that, I'm gonna read this cool new letter I got, though.
Gabe has the Heelys on. He's like sliding into every room. It was like that.
What is Grandma Knight's skincare routine? Because she is looking positively like vibrant for a woman of her age.
Yeah, she's glowing. That natural hue.
So while that conversation was going on, we finished reading Granddaddy's letter and we found out about her secret origins as Schottenjägers, German witch hunters, basically. Which is super convenient because we do have to deal with voodoo witchery. That'll certainly come up later. Anyway, bye, Grandma. That's all we needed. And I'm going to save here because we're about to get into like 4 or 5 things happening in a very short period of time, and sometimes it doesn't work. It'll definitely be weird, though.
I have a pattern I need you to research.
This is such a good one. This is how you serve coffee. This is peak human performance, I think.
How much would you
That's
give me?
not. I know you were into it.
Paper, coffee.
Out of this, Grace.
Also selling a painting here because we need some money.
Yours. Peachy. You better take good
How
care of
deals
this,
were done in the
This is
90s.
not just another
Oh,
of your hit
Gabe.
art pieces.
Oh,
Is he gone? There he is.
taking a
Okay.
quick break. Oh, there he's back. All right.
To make the most of its
Got a
display.
minute, Grace?
Though not for your sake, I'm sure. At
Just
least
a health
on
break
my
there.
side,
Had to
there'll be a
pop off
chance.
screen quick.
I can't believe believe I actually got it. Just
Wait until I tell Sid. All right, I think that was everything. We got the number, we got the money. Okay. We are good. That scene plays out a different way each time. It never quite goes the exact same way. And I forgot what I'm doing.
it's
Oh,
always-
we're calling
It was different.
Germany.
This is, we're calling the whole country.
We're a long lost grandnephew. And we're going to stress them out by talking about some supernatural shenanigans going down. There we go. So we're about to do another remastered edition puzzle here. Normally, that $100 we got is enough to pay for the alligator mask from a couple days ago. In the remake, not so. We need an extra $20 and no way of finding it. So we're going to talk to our
How's it going, Granddaddy?
dead relatives as suggested by your grandma.
Miss you, Mom. Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Daddy.
This is such a bizarre.
And then a squirrel comes by and knocks over a vase.
Someone left something in that vase.
Yeah, Gabe, what is it? Gabe? Gabe? Yeah, that's where the vase is. Okay.
Looks like
The $20 bill in there. So there we go. Puzzle complete.
Lucky day.
Yeah.
That upset me so much when I was trying to figure this out on my initial
Yeah,
playthrough.
I've seen a few people play this
I was trying to
game,
figure it
and
out.
you know, in addition to myself, it's just irritating. Like, it's just so odd.
It's just forcing like a little extra like exposition on you when it really didn't need to happen. I don't know. It's a choice. It's
Yeah,
simply
there's gonna be a
choice.
few more of those. They added a sliding puzzle. That's what the original was missing for sure.
Yes.
As well as
yeah.
two other puzzles that are tedious, but not the end of the world. But again, weird. You know. Okay, we got our alligator mask, and as a sale bonus, we got special voodoo lucky oil. So one thing we read in the newspaper is that there is a jeweler who will work on commission, and his office is this bar. He's that gentleman in the purple playing chess. So we're going to get the hot goss from the bartender here. That Sam the jeweler is also a practitioner of voodoo, and he can drink beer without touching it to his lips. And we're going to hype him up for his chess game by giving him this lucky voodoo oil. And then he'll be so grateful that he'll make some jewelry for us.
Don't you touch those chess pieces
I
while I'm
never
gone.
needed to cheat yet, you loser.
Is this what they mean by we're playing 4D chess?
Ooh, yes,
This is
very
the
much so.
bottle floating in there. B for bottle.
Whoa,
Your B's in the chat.
Yep.
This is a
There we go. Ooh. Oh, Gabe, no.
Oh, a
chill,
little
chill,
twist.
chill.
Little
B, I'm
twist.
sorry. I'll chill. Believe it or not, that's one of the more understated body
Yeah, that was,
fluctuations in this game.
That one usually goes full exorcist. So that was actually quite tame.
nice game.
All right, so Sam's a happy fella. So he's going to do us a solid and make a recreation of this the bracelet we found in Madame Cazanu's room. God, the plot in this game is so peculiar. Which we made an impression of in clay. So then Sam the jeweler man can make us a copy, and we need that bracelet for Voodoo Street cred, as you will find out shortly.
That's Crash.
A lot of this game is really based on street cred.
Yeah.
I feel like we're kind of just
Like we're
Like,
in the
following
know
the string.
with all the voodoo stuff.
yeah.
Cool. Crash. Okay. So this is a classic adventure game trope. The bracelet's not ready yet, and so you have to kind of leave it, do something else. So we're gonna leave the bar and go right back in. And there's our boy. Okay.
I've had it soft lock there where he just never comes back.
Yeah.
takes the mold and just.
I've had one where
it.
Gabe just stares into his eyes and like cannot be deterred, even with the power of B, and they just stand there staring at each other the whole game. Oh, Crash, buddy, you do not sound good. Let's just slide on in here.
Do you recognize the?
So we're gonna show him the bracelet, so he knows that we're serious people,
Something about it.
and that he should
Pop a squad out here.
I actually don't know how this part works optimally. Like, we need to get him to open up and talk to us, but sometimes if you do it early, even after you show him the bracelet, I think he's gonna talk to us. Yeah. Okay.
I think at some point I managed to.
Yeah, that portrait.
lift his
You know,
shirt
some of
up
these portraits
early
look good,
as
and some
well.
of them are Crash.
Yeah.
All right.
This is
Yeah, I guess I could.
Have you ever been there? Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, let's see if he. Oh, nope.
Hey,
there you go. Nice.
Crash seems a little out of sorts here.
It's taken.
Let's take
just
a
a
cool. He has a cool snake tattoo. Let's take a picture of that.
It's getting.
And we'll just leave him there. He'll be fine.
It's fine. Somebody'll figure that out.
Somebody will piece it together. Okay, here we go. Here's another save moment. Gonna visit Dr. John here.
Oh yeah, this is a fun one.
Doctor.
The cutscene wants me to go back to. Oh no, snake!
Oh,
We don't have to keep doing this for points, so we could theoretically do a 100% run here if we wanted to.
yeah, you have like unlimited shots at it, pretty much.
Sometimes you'll die here abruptly just because you were being obnoxious about it, but I think we're good. We're gonna let the scene play out. You can leave early if you want, but you might break the game later, which is not a marathon appropriate thing to try.
Could I ask?
Oh, this is always a good scene here. This has a tendency to get a little weird.
Just
This conversations with Lorelei here.
I think I do the sequence like different every single time, and I've never found out the best way to. Oh wait, you need this. Okay. Oh, God!
Oh, yeah, well,
God's got me. I haven't seen that one before.
Someone check
Yeah.
on her. Oh boy.
It's too late for her. The power of B's already gotten to her. Okay, let's another fun remaster edition here. This lever puzzle. Shout out to was it Casey who figured out the correct solution
Yeah.
for us? That was so nice of
This
them.
is yeah, Casey Adventure found this one out, like the optimal way to go through this down the line. Super helpful little trick here.
Yeah, because this is it's less complicated than it looks, but who wants to spend time doing this? Okay,
Truly, it's.
let's not be key here because I've had her not do what she needs to. Whatever. She's got it now.
Hey, stop.
It's free
Yeah, I
game
think
now.
we're good.
D.
I'm happy.
All right, I think that was all for Moonbeam.
What happened to you?
Who, me? Nothing. Well, green, sure. Great. I'm sure
worried
you'll
about you.
tell.
Yeah, that was another puzzle where you're trying to get your street cred going. Like, she can only talk to you if you figure out this
Yeah,
puzzle.
only true voodoo heads know how to do those lever puzzles.
But I salvaged the contents. There was a letter from your great. All right. Just read the journal
I got
carefully,
it.
Gabriel. Please.
St. John. Oh, Professor Hartridge. I'm glad you called. Did you? Oh, you did. You did.
This is just Lemming trying to push this scene
Yeah.
along here by interacting with random
protracted
stuff
here.
in the background.
Okay. Look, I'll come over as soon as I can. Okay. Thanks. See ya.
Oh, bye, Gabe.
Tell me what's going
Oh,
on.
Oh, no,
there we go. This is normal. Totally normal thing there.
I love how he says nobody knows what I'm doing as this man is just staring at them from the window.
It's like I do.
What about your dreams?
Oh, nothing.
I will say, in the original game, this part was like definitely like actually terrifying to see kind of that like pixelated image of the guy staring through the window.
Yeah.
But I feel like this kind of like, I don't know, sim character, like Mortimer Goth standing in the window here, whatever, like the normal sim that sits in there is like not as harrowing.
Okay, woo! We almost broke there. Didn't get the all-powerful 1810 article, but we managed to save it.
Close one. Oh, man.
Never had that happen before, but it worked out, I suppose. That's usually what happens in this game. Like, the world record is 45 minutes, and it uses a lot of risky strats we're not going to dare touch here today. But it's stuff like that. Like, you're doing it, and then you don't realize that you've gone a little overkill until it's too late. And, ooh, Partridge Buddy. Ooh, jeez. Just here for your notes.
Like,
Before leaving the...
another nap, I'm sure.
A dialogue we skipped over, by the way, is Gabe calling the cops so they can collect him, which he didn't do for Crash. Kind of rude.
Yeah, I always make sure to call that out when that happens. It's just like, why did no one come after Crash? But they made a point to say, oh, Partridge.
Don't worry about Partridge. He's dead, but he'll be fine. All right, so we have to get the case against the voodoo murders has been closed. They're going to do the cop's job for them and show all the evidence we've accumulated. We're going to do it all at once because we got places to be. 1810.
They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Sure, if there is a voodoo, a pipe.
Okay, I think that was the third ding. Here we go. Gotta be careful about giving him the last piece of evidence or he will soft lock your game.
Yeah, you have to wait for all the dings here.
So that's what Hartford used, huh? I guess his analysis is on target then. Okay, the murders were committed by a legitimate voodoo cult. You proved your point.
So Mosley is on board. He's gonna help us out now.
Check around the department, but I have a feeling I'm on my own. I'll try. I'll be in touch.
Thanks, bud.
Meanwhile, you stay at...
Yeah, the whole police department's basically in on this big voodoo scheme going on right now. But Mosley's gonna help us out, investigate a bit further.
So we don't actually have to quit out for this one. We can just do our last task for the day here, and then we'll map out instead. Now we're on to, I guess the whole game is RNG when you think about it, but the actual worst RNG, which is this groundskeeper here. We can't do our next adventure game shenanigans until he's not here, and sometimes he leaves the first try. Other times it's okay. I thought he broke there for a second. Maybe he's gone now. I've had this take like 15 times before, which hopefully will not happen here. Still ranking that one spot.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because we just maybe within the past 6 months figured out how, maybe not even 6 months, figured out how to interact with the graffiti whilst the groundskeeper is actually there in the original game. There's like a way around it, which saves a ton of time on the original one, but unfortunately nothing we can do quite yet on this one.
The tech doesn't quite carry over.
This is one thing the B key does not break, strangely.
Yeah, the B key will not break this. It won't break Gerda either, who's a character coming up later. There are certain people too powerful to be taken down by it. This puzzle's pretty cool, I think. So what we're doing on this day is setting up a situation where we're gonna hop in on a voodoo St. John's Eve party, and we're doing all these little things to trick them to bring a certain item, to learn where it is, and things of that nature. We're gonna do another save here because again we have another bookstore, lot going on moment. Ooh. Oh, Grace. Put that there.
Just
here, we can calm her down. There we go. Just sit in your invisible chair. Grace, do me a favor. Can you paint this cool snake picture I found on my chest for reasons I will not elaborate on?
Well,
You. Gabe,
I know it.
fine.
This is something I didn't do ever on my runs. Try to like push through that in the middle of.
Yeah, we're
middle of
we're,
that
skip, we're
particular
skipping over a
That's
cutscene
awesome.
here, and I think it worked. If it doesn't, I made a safety save for it, but I did it because it has a kind of funny implications later. Another telekinetic envelope grab. A snake tattoo, or the perception of one is again more voodoo street cred.
A note from
Bracelets, tattoos, alligator masks. It's all
keep out of this.
hard requirements to join the club.
Gabe,
Yeah, this is kind of an annoying one as well. We have to do this little puzzle here to tell ourselves where the cult is meeting.
it's
Even
one.
though we already know where it is.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a our next to-do list is to get a special tracker that we're going to use to navigate the bayou where their party is. But it's always the same like maze every time, but if you don't get the tracker, it won't work. So they refuse to let you meta it. This is another thing they changed, apparently to be closer to the novelization, but in the original, the way you sneak into Mosey's office is you get a beignet stall to distract all the cops, which this makes a little bit more sense and seems a little more tonally appropriate, but the idea of tricking all the cops with the New Orleans equivalent of a donut, that's funny. Keep that in. Oh well. Oh, there's one right there. So normally a scary cutscene with evil,
right,
possessed
let's go.
cops play, but we're playing the one with the snake tattoo.
What the hell was that?
You know, Gabe, I don't know either. What do we need to do now? We need to pop over to Voodoo Shop.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return.
After that guy
Yeah.
attempted to murder us with his snake, we have a sneaking suspicion he's in on it all. So our tomb code from earlier said bring this tiny coffin. So we're going to sneak a little tracker in here.
Now if only
Again, pretty clever. I actually like most of the puzzles on this day from a casual perspective.
Yeah, I agree. This is it feels like the story's really afoot at this point. So when you're playing casually, it's like very you feel like you're hot on the trail, which is always a good
Yeah,
feeling.
at this point, it is no longer about the book, people. We're a little stressed out about the voodoo energies.
The book was a lie.
Gabriel can bear.
There was never going to be a book. Yeah, so you can.
I'm pretty sure on the original version this was a randomized maze, but as you said, this one's the same every time.
We know
right?
where to go. It'll only randomize if you don't have the tracker.
The entrance to
All right, let's suit up.
Winning.
There's a snake tat. Okay, we did it.
There we go.
We did our
Nice.
job.
Name the
Dambala.
So one last bit of street cred. We have to get quizzed on voodoo facts before we get to join the party.
Ogun Badagri.
You are correct.
Classic house
Brother
party
Crocodile.
situation
Oh, yeah.
here.
Enjoy yourself well tonight.
There's a weird thing that happens with that particular cutscene where sometimes it just never loads in, and you need to select those answers without actually being able to see them. You
Yeah,
just sit in
at which point you
darkness.
just kind of feel around for the right one. Thankfully, your cursor highlights when you're over an option, so it's not too bad.
Gabriel.
All right, so we are waking up from our dream. Ignore the fact that we actually had to come in here.
Wait a minute. Malia?
Grace is going to tell us that we're out of our gourd for doing that, but, you know,
You're wrong.
What
what does she know? Let's just take this time to set up our next phone call.
Guten Tag. That doesn't.
This is so good that you're able to just make the phone call from bed
There
there.
it is. Did I get the... Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Nice.
Just grab our next inventory item while this goes on. I like how they blur out your uncle's face as if it's going to be some kind of twist reveal at the end, but like it's just an old guy that looks kind of like you. It's not really much of a mystery.
Yeah. That is like kind of a funny choice on that.
So we're finding out that this whole situation is actually like great granddaddy's fault or something like that. So we'll have to go to Germany, but we need money to do that. But in the meantime, we know that our most recent lady friend, Malia Getty, is involved. So we're going to check out her family tomb, see if there's a lead in there. And turn on the, let's just do it from here. Here's another remastered puzzle. This one takes like 5 seconds though. It just makes you wonder who set that up.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I'm quick, I can get what I need from this without a cutscene playing out. Oh no, not Mosley.
I dropped my flashlight.
R.I.P. dude. Oh, hey, this is wallet score.
Nice. Okay, there we go. Sure, he'll understand. The grave.
Oh yeah.
Some ID.
So we're skipping it, but you know the whole point is that Gabriel gets knocked out, he comes to, and then when someone has mysteriously moved Mosley's body, but left his wallet, which has a credit card in it, with a very silly "Americans repressed" joke in it.
Yeah, that one's
a real groaner. Yeah,
yeah.
Where have you been? I was
Glad I'm not the only one. I remember seeing that joke and being like, "Oh man, really?"
It's very like it reminds me of other Sierra titles. Like that's like a Leisure Suit Larry joke, but here it is in what's supposed to be a much more serious look out for the murders video game here. Anyway, now that we have a line of credit, we can fly to Rittersburg, Germany. Oh.
Charge it to the game.
And somehow it's still day 7 when you do this, but whatever. Great travel agency.
Gabriel picks up.
So I want to call out this car coming up, like just as one model that just kind of moves down the background. I feel like the poor devs were like, doing all this work on their Sims animations, and then like they realized, oh darn, we need a car. Shoot, let's try and figure that out before release. I'm sympathetic, but it gets me every time.
It's super. It's such a good one. Yeah, it's so out of place. It's perfect.
So this is Gerda. She is unbeatable. We have to actually wait for Gabriel to show up and talk to her. She's impressive that way. Oops. I'm trying to get a dagger while this goes on, but I don't think it's going to happen. Gerda's too quick.
Yeah. I always feel like this section is where the game tries to take the power of the be back from you. It seems to fight you a little bit harder.
There's some the next segment is where the game pretty much doesn't really let you do anything fun with it, but we'll try our best to make it happen anyway.
Thinking of the second.
So we saw a panel for Schattenjäger initiation, which requires all of these little to-dos. Did I? Okay, I think I did. So
yeah, some of these don't give you points for doing the action, so it's tough to know if you have collected the item.
We did it. All right.
Yeah, I think you got it.
The chamber pot on here as they originally intended, surely. Throw some salt in there. Nick yourself.
Thinking of the fifth.
There's a proper Neil here. You finally figured it out. Right, we did it.
So the vacuum cleaner.
Oh yeah.
Magical vacuum cleaner.
It's a pretty good bit.
Something's happening.
It is actually, yeah. That one worked,
And once again, Gerda's anti-B field has made us have to click through this cutscene instead of leave it. So we'll just do just that. Oh, I needed a. All right. Got to queue up my next item here. Reading the clock letter skips through that day 8 cutscene.
Oh, nice. That's very good. I've never seen
So
that.
we skipped a magical dream where a dragon shows up and says, "You'd make a terrible shot in Jaeger, but I'm going to have to give you a chance, apparently." And doing that gets us a secret key to a secret library. And this is where the sliding puzzle comes in.
Peak adventure gaming right here.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why they felt. It's not like it even like makes the game that much longer. So I really, the mind wonders. Like this is effort, you know. This was like a couple of days at the office, surely.
I mean, is this fancier than the car was? Do you know
Oh,
what
it is. Yeah, I mean, it's a
Like-
very nice looking sliding puzzle, and unfortunately, it's not one that involves you making the character model push giant cubes in place. It goes here, I think. Yeah.
Gabriel.
So not too bad, but like.
Nice, that was good. That is random every time as well, so there's no kind of like optimal way to work through that. You just kind of have to truly do the slider puzzle, which is it's just
No, to
fitting.
insult the injury. He just
The,
he
the slider
slowly walks into his little. There we go.
All this for a little
Yeah.
book.
So we're doing some research here, some librarian.
Talk about
So we got some sociology books. This is taking too long. Let's check out this. Oh.
The bees are taking over, people. Oh, everybody spam bees in here to save Gabe. Oh my goodness.
No wonder this library was locked. My gosh.
That slider puzzle was meant to save you.
No sane person would ever do that. So we are going to find what we need in the archaeology books after all that book flipping. So we didn't talk about it earlier, but Uncle Wolfgang has pieced out to somewhere in Africa and refused to elaborate further, which is why we have to figure out where specifically in the entire continent he went. And we've managed to figure it out with all that library work. Once again, Gerda will not allow us to slide. We have to walk over there like a human person and show her what we found. Gonna use our dead friend's credit card again. I'm skipping another great
Mosley's
Jeep,
memory
but you know, we got to be fast at the end of the day, so we're gonna clip through the cutscene and walk into the Snake Mound. And here we have a unfortunately kind of long puzzle. It takes about 2 or 3 minutes, but we got to put all these tiles together in the shape of a clock, and then only interact with one of them. It's a choice.
It is a choice. This is such a I don't know. It's a really tedious puzzle casually, but on top of that, like for the speed run, it's like you say, Lemon. There's no real fast way to go about it. You kind of have to take a couple laps around, and that's all there is to it.
B does have some applications here. So while I go through that, Wolf, your discovery of B is, I recall, a very kind of amusing story of frustration that led to us all being here tonight. If you could run through that while I try and do this quickly.
Yeah, for better or worse, I've subjected everybody to this game indirectly, I suppose. But yeah, so I was speedrunning the original Gabriel Knight 1 game, and 20th anniversary was on the board, didn't have any runs. So at some point, I was like, I guess we'll do this. It'll be fun to do it. And so yeah, I started doing my first kind of initial couple runs of it, and they were incredibly frustrating. We didn't know anything about this glitch or anything, so it was just this extremely slow, game that really, it didn't have a ton of like funny value to it, and there wasn't any good speed tech or anything like that. But for the first few runs, there'd be a few times in each run where I would manage to clip not out of bounds, but I guess out of each cutscene, and I could interact with things I wasn't supposed to. And I couldn't figure out exactly what was going on, but it would happen, a couple times every run. And then one of our other runners, the current world record holder, Mike the Viewer, came into my chat one time when I was doing a run of it, and he's like, "Have you tried pushing the B key?" And I was like, "I don't really know what do you mean? Is that it?" And then sure enough, that was what kicked off the whole thing. But because we didn't know what the rules of engagement were with this and kind of how far we could push it, I don't think I finished a run for like a month because it would just constantly soft lock, or I'd
yeah, Mike was the only one who could
happen.
figure out how to make it work for him. It took me a while too.
Yeah. Like I think I must have started maybe like 50 runs of this. I finished like 2 of them. That's how insane the success rate was at that point in time. It's sort of like finding, you're in a dark room and you don't know where the walls are, so you're kind of slowly walking around with your hands out, and most of the time you're just kind of like running into a wall, and then you're like, okay, I guess the wall's there, and then ideally that's not how speedrunning should work, but that is absolutely how it happened with the game.
I mean, it's already a miracle of miracles that we haven't soft locked like tonight, because it's a relatively stable game in that regard now, but it's usually us that gets a little too carried away. So this is the one part where we don't use B. So everything you're about to see is intended for better or worse. We turned on the zombies, now they're mad at us. Let's run away or walk. Fine, sure. Not that scary, I guess.
Sternly walk away. Yeah. This is a big juke.
Oh yeah,
coming
big
up here.
juke. It takes days of practice here, so look very closely.
So, really careful. Look at that. Good footwork there by Gabe.
And then we swing on that vine and just skip it without even B. Actually, you can just left click through it. Hey, it's Uncle Gabe.
Good slide.
Save yourself. Woo! We'll come back for you. He's fine. Don't worry about it. Here's another really ridiculous segment where we're going to try and skip through this very long-winded dialogue here. But we have to try and open up this little table here. And once he gets... Yeah, okay, he's leaning on the wall. We should be safe.
Shall we try this?
This is a really difficult part of the run to get this thing moving along quickly.
It took us a minute to figure out the most optimal way to do this, and that's probably going to make you all laugh while you're witnessing. But there's a lot of ways to make this wrong. And by Gabe,
Wolfgang, you got this, right?
Okay, lift.
Yes. Oh, this is so good.
Oh man, we tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. Okay, so Wolfgang is saying it's not going to work for us. You need to sacrifice a human to open it up and throw their heart in there. And so we're arguing about that, and then Uncle Wolfie's like, you have to be the new Schottenjäger. You got to take up your family legacy. And Gabriel's like, that's a lot for me today, but okay. So I'm gonna get a heart out of this mummy here. I'm gonna skip this cutscene because I don't know the PG rating of the stream, but suffice it to say, Uncle Wolfgang sacrifices himself so that we can get our family talisman, which protects you from all manner of bad vibes. And I keep looking at my book because this is gonna make this bit go a little faster. There we go. So we have flown back to New Orleans with our holy MacGuffin in hand, and oh, Grace is gone. Jeez. That's bad. It's really bold of her to still work here alone when she knew for a fact that they knew exactly where Gabriel lived. Very bold move on her part.
Yeah, none of that really makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, Mosley's alive, by the way. In addition to other things that don't make sense.
Does not know about the credit card quite yet.
Yeah, for extra points you can give it back to him, but this is a speed run, so he's gonna make 2. No, it turns out that he was investigating, and it was a comedy of errors that led him to hide in that mausoleum and bonk Gabriel over the head in the dark. So he was alive the whole time. All right. This is the final. Yes. Wheel within a wheel, which apparently is Jackson Park, New Orleans. So we've already obviously gotten into not authentic voodoo shenanigans here, but we are about to go well and truly off the rails by stabbing our little snake rod from the African mound and get a confessional elevator going into the secret voodoo headquarters. Oh,
course
whoops,
it's an
that was a
elevator.
mistake. I think I can fix this.
Uh-oh.
I think I can fix it.
The game knows it's a...
Let's see.
That something's
Let's see.
afoot
And if
here.
not, I have a day 10 safety save, so we should be okay. But I think we can teleport back to our correct spot here. Fingers crossed.
Got everything.
Do we get it?
Yeah, there we go. Hey.
That should not have worked, but it totally did because...
So I want to just remind everyone that the original came out in 1993, which was peak Star Trek: The Next Generation era, which I think had a slight influence on the artistic direction of the secret voodoo headquarters. This is truly something else. Like we're in the secret voodoo admin office here.
The book looks like
What does this whiteboard even mean? Who knows? It's not relevant to the game. That's just flavor.
Voodoo spreadsheets.
Yeah, we're just here
being
for
discussed,
more
yeah.
drum codes. I think we go one more down. There's a neat piece of tech where you can actually queue up your movements in the big circle and like basically arrive like 6 rooms down, which we'll use in a bit. It doesn't mean I want to be careful when I'm just going 1 room down.
Okay.
So we're gonna trick.
The weird thing with this bit is that they switched a couple of the rooms around. So if you've ever played the original and you start to play the remastered one, like Dr. John's in a different room on this one, and I think it's swapped. Like rooms 2 and 3 are swapped, and I don't really know why that decision was made, but I found that interesting.
door opens.
Must have been an oversight. You can actually, if you really want to be silly about it, you can actually bump into Dr. John after you lure him away and still be yourself out of the dangerous situation. But it's pointless and kind of risky. Also, he really did not want the TNG influence in his room. My goodness.
Very specific aesthetic here.
3, 4. All right, that should get us from room 3 to room 7.
Door opens and shuts.
Gotta do some looting here. We need some disguises for the ultimate showdown.
This looks...
Some robes. And this happens sometimes. Did it work? Did you take them? Okay, great.
Looks
Yeah,
good.
sometimes he just sort of spaces out in that room. Or he'll like leave and come back over and over. It's pretty odd.
I'll keep them.
Okay, we use our key card we borrowed from Dr. John.
Grace.
The sound.
And Grace is under a voodoo sleepy spell, but we can undo it with our special amulet. And these 3 yahoos are going to go over a plan. The plan being that Grace is going to play sleep, I suppose, and at the exact critical moment, she will spring into action, and they will.
Grace is being kept in one of...
They'll get everybody, I guess.
Here. Tetelo,
They're going to skip some things here.
You want the talisman?
Yeah.
Get Grace out of here. The talisman will...
Really normal thing from Grace there.
You are
This is always a bit of a scary spot because you can have Malia get stuck exactly.
Yeah,
where
let's see
she's
if that. Let's see what
standing.
happens
She
there.
did a little sidestep. I don't know
Yeah,
yet.
so we're skipping some cutscene. Dr. John, as you can see, has been dispatched. Mostly shot him with a gun. Real smart to bring
This
in.
looks good. Yes.
We got it. Okay. Whoa. She got a little twisty there.
Okay.
And time is going to end when she's not hanging there anymore. Whatever. Time is ending now. She's fine. Look, we got her off the ledge. Oh, no. She fell down anyway. So, grabbing the Getty idol has triggered a Last Crusade situation where, I don't know, a fault line's opened up and there's lava. It happens.
It's another day in New Orleans.
So there you
I
go.
suppose.
Jackson Park about to succumb to the lava of Earth, the Earth's core. But that was Gabriel Knight 1 20th Anniversary Edition. Hope you enjoyed that.
Have I?
This is a pretty pretty unserious speedrun as far as what Wolves and I and everyone else does. But if you ever want to learn more about this game or any other classic adventure game title, we do have a Discord called Speedy Adventures for all things Sierra, LucasArts, Westwood. Check it out if you've ever been interested. There's a lot of cool stuff happening with a lot of different games right now, so it's a good time.
This is a historical moment, isn't it?
All right.
Amazing.
Well, awesome. Yeah.
Well
any
done.
other plugs? Anything else we want to shout out after this incredible run?
Wolf, you got anything?
I mean, thank you for having me out for commentary, Lemming, and thanks to all the GDQ staff for making this happen. These are such cool little events that happen, and I, again, can't believe that we all just watched a 20th anniversary edition Gabriel Knight run on a GDQ channel. That is it's an amazing, amazing thing there. Bees in chat for that.
Yes,
That's awesome.
yes. It was only like maybe 4 months ago. This was an incredibly dull run, so it's come a long way very quickly. So I really appreciate you giving us the platform here, and I hope everyone liked it.
Oh yeah, no, it's impossible not to like it, and I'm glad that we got to see it in its most fun form yet, and I'm sure it'll only continue to improve over time. So very well done, both Lemming and the Wolves rather. For everybody out there, we're going to take a little break before we get into our penultimate run of Awfully Silly tonight, but feel free to have a stretch, get some water, get a snack, make sure you're not stealing credit cards from your friend, and we will see you here in just a few short moments. Everyone, if you're just tuning in, we're getting awfully clicky tonight, featuring speedruns of some of your favorite and maybe some you've never heard of point and click games. So far, we've had an incredible run of Crazy Machines by Rithen, and then we also had just a few minutes ago Gabriel Knight 20th Anniversary Edition, Sins of the Father, I believe specifically is the subtitle of that game, any percent by Lemming, where B got us to the end. But now we're going to have the next run after a few gentle reminders. Did you know, and I hope you did know, that SGDQ 2023 is coming up. It's going to be May 28th through June 4th. It is in Minneapolis, Minnesota, so it is a live event. And if you're interested in attending, registration is still open and will be until May 3rd. So feel free to go on to gamesdonequick.com for some more information. And if you're interested in attending, you will do so through your profile on gamesdonequick.com. So we'll hope to see some of you there. But without further ado, Curse of Enchantia is coming up next. A DOS / point and click / ridiculous and silly game run by none other than DJ Rebirth. Go ahead and show us how it's done.
Well, hello, friends. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and happy time zone to you all. My name is DJ Rebirth. I'm a real-life DJ and also a retro gaming speedrunner and an enthusiast of all things silly. And officially, I'd like to welcome you all to the world premiere speedrun of Curse of Enchantia. No one has ever run this game before. I am the first person to run this, and it is my pleasure to showcase this to you all. I am so unbelievably excited. Curse of Enchantia was released in 1992 by Core Design, which is a UK-based company. It was released on both the Amiga computer system and PC CD-ROM. I actually first played this game when I was 8 years old and has always had a special place in my heart. My older brother and I both would just hang out and play Curse of Enchantia an absolute ton. So, in Curse of Enchantia, we play little Brad, who has been abducted from his homeworld via an evil magic spell cast by the Wicked Witch of Enchantia, so she can use him as the final ingredient in her potion of eternal youth. And now it is up to us to escape Enchantia, friends. So I'm gonna go ahead and count it down, and we're gonna get things moving. Here we go. 99, 98, I'm just kidding. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's boogie. All right, so we are now in Enchantia. Little Brad is hanging out in a jail cell. We need to get him out ASAP, so we're gonna scream help. And this very nice prison guard is going to tell us to shut up and just dive out of the room and leave his key behind. So we're going to pick up his key, and then we're going to use the key to unlock our shackles. So now we are free, but we're not out of the woods yet. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to push this wall open. Just going to push this wall open, and we're going to pick up this very very medieval paperclip. So we're going to take our extremely medieval paperclip and we're going to use it to casually, pick the lock, do what we got to do, Skyrim, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right, so now we're in the hallway. What we need to first do to escape this dungeon fully is we need to pick up this fishbowl, which actually has a little fish inside. So now that guard is moving. So now we're going to go down. We need to go down this hallway and avoid these hammers at all costs. These can really... Oh. I'm just kidding, friends. We're okay. That was me just memeing. So yes, we're just going to avoid these hammers. They're a little like gems and stuff we can actually pick up here, gold, things of that nature. This game actually has an internal point system. It doesn't really affect the outcome of the game too much. It's just more of kind of a, you get all the points at the end, you check the menu and, it says you got this many points, 100 out of 100. And, just a little thing you can use to kind of show off to your friends how, cool and efficient you are. I believe some of the Space Quest and I think King's Quest games had some of the same types of things. Anyway, we're out of the dungeon. That's it. That's a dungeon. Blink and you'll miss it. Well, now we're in the next part. We're under the water. We're in the ocean. We're undersea. So what we're going to do is we're going to equip the fishbowl and our little goldfish friend is going to float away, finally free in the ocean. And we're going to push pull on this little baby beluga who's stuck behind this little metal gate here. And baby beluga is going to swim away. We got 2 fish already swimming away. So real quickly, we're just going to have a little peek at this mud pile and just pick up this little worm for safekeeping. We love worms. We are a worm positive community. So what now we're going to do is we're going to give this special little worm to Mr. Fish for safekeeping. I know he's going to keep this worm nice and safe, not going to do anything, definitely not going to eat it. And Mr. Fish is now going to give us some oxygen. Oxygen, so we can breathe. I love breathing. All right, so now we're going to pick up this little seashell and we're going to make contact with the turtle. The turtle is the agent that's going to carry us over these electrified eels. So we're gonna barter. We're gonna barter with the turtle. We're gonna give them a seashell, and they're gonna carry us off across these terrible, shocky eels. And we are past them now. Now we're gonna pick up this harpoon, and we're just gonna kind of go over here, and we're just going to reach out with this harpoon. We're gonna miss. I totally meant to do that, and we're gonna get smacked by the shark, but we're gonna do it again, and this time we're gonna give him a little jolt. So now the shark has been dealt with, and now we need to do one last order of business in the ocean, and it is simply to leapfrog over this clam. We have leapfrogged over the clam, and we are good to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to insert this harpoon in this drain plug, because that's how oceans work. And now we're sucked into the drain plug, and now we have emerged inside the caves. One of my favoriteest areas ever. So what we're going to do is first we're going to pick up this little seaweed stuff here, and then we're gonna push pull this button, this conveniently placed cave button. Also, this song loops, by the way. This game literally only has one song. It's a bop. I love this song. It just keeps me going. I honestly never get sick of it. Like when I play this as a kid, I'm just like, this is a good song. And now playing it as a grown-up, I'm like, this is an excellent song. The production quality is 10 out of 10. I tell you what. So, okay, we're doing right now is we're picking up some rocks. We just, we need to fill our pockets with rocks as a young lad in a medieval world would do. So actually what we need to do is there's a medium-sized rock, there's a small-sized rock, and there's a large-sized rock. Now we actually have a limited inventory, as you can see. So we can only hold so many rocks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up this medium-sized rock, we're gonna pick up this large-sized rock, and now our inventory should be full, yes. So now we got to go to the Rock Basher Meditations Incorporated. That is actually the name of a business that operates out of these caves. Now we're just going to walk past this friendly mud monster. It's very friendly. It just does a little slide across the dance floor to the other side and does a little dip, does a little worm, and comes out the other side as mud monsters do. So now we're at Rock Basher Meditators Incorporated. I think I said it right the first time. So we're going to give this nice mud rock basher, I should say, not mud, but rocks. This nice rock bashing gentleman, some rocks for his, so he can meditate, so he can have a good day, exercise his hands, keep his joints nice and active. So just gonna go ahead and give him a couple rocks here. A good amount of rocks. I like rocks. And speaking of rocks, you rock, chat. See what I did there? got him. All right. So now, actually, I goofed. We've got one more rock. I was so focused on completing my joke, I didn't complete the sequence. Okay. Hey, you rock, chat. All right. Now to the next phase. Got him. All right. So now we need to go. We need to collect some more rocks. this is kind of a trekking back and forth type of deal. There's a lot of item pickups here. This is probably one of the more item intensive picking up area. This game gives you a lot of different types of scenarios, like item hoarding. There are a couple areas that are actually some pretty brutal platforming. It's pretty wild. So I'm excited to show those to you all because it always keeps me on edge. So okay, picking up that rock. We're going to pick up one more small rock. And then I believe we just need one more big rock. Perfect. Good to go. Let's grab this rock. Go in here. Go in there. There we go. All right, we're going to pick up this coin for later use. All right, and we're going to go into this cave first. And we're going to go and pick up this ultra medieval CRT monitor. It is an ultra medieval CRT monitors as they had in the medieval times. So now it is a wonderful accompaniment to our very medieval paperclip, the dynamic duo, the very medieval paperclip and the ultra medieval CRT monitor. And now we're going to look in some holes in the wall, and these little cute little fellers are just going to jump out and show us the next hole that we need to look into. So we're looking in this hole, looking at this hole. All right, and let's just peek in this last hole. And we found a stick. We're gonna pick up a stick. Now, as a child, I really liked sticks, so I just had a big old stick pile in my backyard because every stick was unique and it was cool. I was like, I want this stick, so I had a lot of sticks. My parents eventually made me throw them away, but man, was it awesome having all those unique, cool-looking sticks. It was beautiful, chat. So, okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into this cave and we're going to pick up this not so stick, but more a ginormous board. So we're going to combine this ginormous board with this boulder, and not to upset any collectors of old electronics here, but we're going to throw our very medieval CRT monitor. I'm so sorry, but it's okay. I know, but it's okay. It allowed us to do quite the acrobatic move and jump onto that platform upstairs, and now we have a magnet. So now we're going to go back to Rock Bashing Meditations Incorporated. I swear to heck, I will remember that name correctly someday. So we're going to go to him and we're going to receive an item from him. All right. So far, so good. All right. Mr. Rock Basher, I've got many gifts for you. Well, actually, technically 4. Okay, so 1, a 2, a 3, and 1 more.
So you have to bite the last one, right?
3, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. All right, so the Mr. Rock Basher dude, he gave us a rock with a string tied to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine it with the magnet, and now we're going to take it to wait for it, another cave. Another cave! Let's go. We're actually almost done with the cave system. This is technically like the calm and tranquil part of the game. Things get really bananas a little bit later. And you'll know because you'll probably see me sweating, and I will let you know when that moment is, but I'm not going to spoil it because let's just enjoy the part of the game that's tranquil and relaxing and, just very, very calm. So what we're going to do, we're going to go down here. We're going to go down here. Now there's one more hole at the back of the wall. All we need to do is we now need to take our throwy magnet thingamading, and now we use that to acquire a metallic piece of string. You didn't see us pick it up. I mean, Bradley went through the movements, but it doesn't actually show you what you got. So the allure and the surprise is going into your inventory and being like, ooh, what'd I get? And then it's like, oh, I got string. Dang. I thought I'd get another stick. I wish I got another stick. I wish there was a metallic stick in there. I would have settled for a metallic stick. But I'll take the string because we need to use that to get out of these caves. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to this metallic loop that we've walked past twice now. I'm just gonna walk past it, then I'm gonna walk back to it, and I'm gonna combine the string with the metallic loop, and now our friend, the lovely mud monster, has no idea that we just set a trap for them. Now, Don't worry, the mud monster's okay. But we now have a muddy souvenir. All right, so now that we've got our muddy souvenir, this unlocks the first game show of Curse of Enchantia, the first game show. I hope you're all ready, chat, for the price is strange. All right, so we're gonna throw this lovely coin into the wishing well. Our wonderful game show host is gonna show up and say, would you like money? Would you like girls? Or would you like a hat? Well, you know what, chat? Show me the money. Oh,
Nice
more
hat,
money.
though.
That is a nice hat. More money, more problems. All right, let's make some lovely friends. Aw, how sweet. Look at that was a nice tender hug. Nice tender hug. All right, well, last thing we have left is the hat, so I guess we'll just take the hat. We'll take the hat. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this very shiny hat, and now we're gonna go this way, and then we're gonna go this way. The game within a game. Okay. So now we're going to proceed to exit the cave system. There is a landslidey, infinite falling rock sequence that we cannot walk past unless we wear proper headwear. And that's true. You should always wear a hard hat, a protective hat, if you're ever near any place with falling debris. And this segment is no exception. So let's put on our handy dandy hard hat. All right. So far, so good. So far, so... Oh, heck! We just got smashed in the head by a giant boulder, but we are okay because we were protective. Always wear safety gear, chat. Okay, so now what we need to do, as you can see behind the well, there is a picture of a human with an X next to it, and there's a picture of a monster with a check mark next to it. So what we need to do is we need to create a monster. We need to make a monster of ourselves. So we're gonna combine the mud with the seaweed. Then we're going to combine the seaweed with the stick. Then we're gonna jump in the bucket. And now we're going to wear our seaweed mud stick concoction. And oh my gosh, we're being rescued. We're being rescued.
It's just like the picture.
Yes, so beautiful. And look, it's a friendly ogre has rescued us. Ooh, and they want to do some kissy. Uh-oh, but they realize we're a human, and so they dive into the well. That's so sad. I thought I had a new ogre friend. But they just wanted me because they thought I looked like an ogre. All right, that's okay. Well, let's walk down this path. Oh my gosh. That gentleman looks like William Shakespeare, and he tried to attack us. I like to call him William Shakesword. Well, we're going to return the favor, and we're just going to go ahead and smack him with his own sword. He is now gone forever, and we're going to go ahead and steal his money. Now, this money's a little bit more attainable than that ginormous sack of cash we found earlier, because this one we can actually carry. All right, so there's some little area. You can go to Frank's Food, you can buy some food, and that gets you some points. I'm feeling famished, so I'm gonna make a quick pit stop at the Red Dragon just for a pint. But the host has sent us out, so I guess all right, maybe in a couple years. Maybe we're not old enough. All right, so first order of business, we're going to go to the Mage's Shop of Wonders. We got to go to the old wise mage. Very, very important, extremely important. And we're going to give him some money. And now the wonderful Mr. Mage is going to teleport us to the cliffs. All right, so when I said intense platforming, I mean it. So this area has some very... there are items you can bump into. Well, I should say obstacles you can bump into, and you can fall off this cliff. Now, you won't perish, but a giant stork will take you back to the very beginning. So we're going to go up right about here. I'm not going to jump. There we go. All right. Hopefully this is the right. No, we got to get a little bit closer. All right, let's try it. There we go. All right, we're going to shove this boulder. All right, we're going to go ahead and hop over this boulder. And now if you look up above, there is a very terrible boulder that can drop on our heads. Now, we unfortunately don't have another hard hat, but we were able to nimbly escape it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to push some buttons. I think we're going to press 4, 1, and then 2. I think this is actually a solution to one of the puzzles in King's Quest 6. Me and my wife had played King's Quest 6 kind of recently, and I was like, wait, 4, 1, 2? Isn't that the code to King's Quest 6? The Mystical Mountain? I think it is. All right, so now we're going to pick up this rope. there is this shocky gentleman that we're going to real quickly equip the rubber gloves and shove him off the cliff. He's in our way, so bye. All right, so these falling rocks are on a kind of a global cycle, so we're just gonna wait for it to complete. If we get caught in that, we're gonna fall off the cliff and we're just gonna have a very bad time. So okay, so now we're gonna go to this little alcove here, right over here, and there's actually a little gummy hat here. You blink and you'll miss it. It's like a little gummy hat. So we're gonna wait for this rock slide, and now we're gonna go ahead and just book it. We're gonna run for our dear life and go this way. We're just going over here. All right, so far so good. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and put that little gummy hat on because there's a little teeny tiny falling rock that actually falls on our head. It's quite obscure. All right, so now we got a little rock and we're just gonna throw this rock to this platform to drop it. Okay, so let's give it a throw. It's gonna fall. Oh my God, I just cracked GDQ's monitor. Oh, it's okay. It's a self-healing monitor. We're good to go. Oh my God, I was really nervous about that part. Oh my goodness. All right. Whew, that was a close one, everybody. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and throw this rope. It's going to magically link itself to these delicious loops, and now we're just going to jump across it. All right. So now we're just going to do a little casual, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. As a kid, I was able to do the monkey bars pretty well, but as an adult, forget it. My upper body strength is just, it doesn't exist. I was like, I wish I had the strength as that I had as a child. All right, last one. I am so glad we dodged that because we're actually almost done with, thankfully, the cliffs. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and look at this wall and it says open sesame. Well, that's a fun term. Let's go over here and say open sesame. Perfect. All right, so now there's a gigantic parrot and a little nutcracker. So we're going to say hi. And the parrot's like, you must collect a fire extinguisher and a fan. They're very medieval. I'm very confused. Okay, so they turned us into a frog and teleported us back to the town. So now we have our instructions. In order to escape Enchantia, we need a fan and a fire extinguisher. It's pretty. I think we can find some of those in this very medieval land. So now we're going to go to Mr. Mage again. And we're going to give him even more money. He is making so much money off us throughout this playthrough. And he's going to put a pig head on our head. And we're just going to walk out. And we're not even going to say thank you. But look at this ultra cool pig head with these ultra cool sunglasses. Yeah. So cool. Now, we're not going to make a pit stop there. But actually, inside of this little Sally Seal shop, there's a fortune teller that's actually a seal. It tells your fortune. All right, so now we are in the junkyard. Now here's the band, the Slugs, recording their latest single. Now, so they're just working on, recording their music, doing their thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up some hay. And now we're just going to walk past this post office box. We're just going to walk past an active volcano. No, just active volcano. You got lots of these in Enchantia, in the medieval land. So we're just going to pick up this silver platter. We're going to get hit by fireballs. Now, that is actually RNG. Sometimes, wow, that's never happened before. You sometimes have good days where you just walk past the fireballs, don't even get hit, and you're good to go. But today, I guess it's springtime. It's extra hot out. So now what we're going to do is we're first going to approach this walking nose. We're going to insert some hay into its nostril. The walking nose is going to sneeze, launch, and take a nap in the background. So now they're just going to take a nap for the rest of the game. No big deal, It's been a long day. They worked their 8 hours. It's sleepy time. So we're going to go ahead now. We just picked up a stamp. And now we're going to pick up a sock. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do some acrobatics here. Now, this pile over here actually had a pair of lips on it that would just go hung, hung, and it made weird chomping noises. Because we defeated the nose, the lips are gone. So now that allows us to pick up a television remote. This place isn't very medieval anymore. This is out of control. Also, there's a RoboCop. Shout out to RoboCop in front of the ship. RoboCop just stand in guard. That's a good RoboCop. So we're gonna go ahead and combine the sock we got with some of this money, and we're gonna walk over to RoboCop. And unfortunately, RoboCop 4 didn't make it to the theaters, but this is kind of what happened. Sorry, Alex Murphy. That's your last patrol. I'm so sorry. Sorry to any RoboCop fans out there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and pick up one of these boards. And we're going to just kind of sneak over here. This placement is actually kind of specific. Hopefully we're in a good spot. We're just going to throw this board. Whew. This part actually always does make me really nervous because the positioning where we need to stand as far as these boards go is really, really tight. I would say almost frame perfect. We're just going to go approximately right over here. There we go. I like that position. And we're just going to throw the board down. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go across the board and pick up this. It's like copper paper. It's like a copper paper. The copper paper. Okay, perfect. Good to go. All right, so now that we've defeated RoboCop and stolen the copper paper treasure, we're going to go to this pile of cassette tapes. Now, a lot of you might not know what these are, but they used to record music onto them. Now, I don't really know what they do, but cassette tapes were just the hot goss. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the slugs. And we're going to insert the cassette tape into this tape deck. And we're just going to activate this remote control so we can record some music. Record the slugs and their latest hit single. Now, we're going to go over here. And there's a letter just kind of hanging out in this corner. And we're going to combine the stamp with the letter. And we're going to mail this letter. And the reason we do this is so we can RIAA certify the Slugs hit single. So now that we've RIAA platinum certified the Slugs' latest single, we're going to go ahead and now because he cares, we're going to give this rock dude, this rocker with the cool boombox, the hit single by the Slugs. He's going to hand us this key card. And it's just going to go wild. You know, this game in general is pretty wild. Like, literally, when I think of it, I just start yelling, help. Help! Just like that. So now we're going to pick up this. It's like I don't really know what it is, honestly. It's kind of like a silver bottle kind of thing. It's very unclear. But now we're going to go ahead and insert that key card that we just got from the rocker dude. And now we're going to do some more platforming. So basically what we need to do is we need to go left. And we need to go right, and using nature, the power of nature. We missed it. Using the power of the wind, oh, shoot. All right, hold on. We're going to pick up this sack of marbles. So now we got a sack of marbles. These cloudy marbles. And now a magic door has appeared. And now what we're going to do is enter the door. Now we're in this strange chamber. We're going to go ahead and throw our Happy Fun bottle against the wall. And we're going to pull our copper paper onto the wall and create a button. I honestly have no idea how me and my older brother figured this out. I think it was just trial and error. And just somehow we figured it out. And there it is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw our sack of marbles across the dance floor. We're also going to throw our silver platter across the dance floor. We're going to fly across. And we're going to pick up this pretty heckin' medieval fan here. And of course, we're going to use our super duper medieval paperclip that we still have to unlock this door. And we are back to the town. So now we've got a fan. I would argue that this is our biggest fan ever. We've met our biggest fan, and now we are together until the end. Together until the end. All right. And now the third level. All right, so now we're going to go this way. We're going to go to Ben's costume shop. I like Ben's costume shop because there's a Batman costume. And we're going to give Ben some money. Now, I don't know about you all, but I said yes to the dress. Now we got this lovely dress, and we're going to put it on. That is I like that dress. That's a lovely color of like maroon crimson. And now this doorway is open, and now we're in the ice world. My favorite world ever. All right, so there is a Yeti. He just ate a little Happy Fun goblin. So we're going to throw a snowball at the Yeti. And now our little goblin has been rescued. So now what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and pick up this spray, which is actually deodorant. It's actually deodorant. We're going to go up here. We got the deodorant. We're going to go up one more screen. We're going to pick up the snowy board. And we're going to travel one screen to the south. And here's a happy, fun fish that we're going to make lots of friends with. So we're going to throw the board down. Now we have a delicious fish. And now we're going to deliver it to a fisherman. I'm so excited. This is the friendliest fisherman ever. He's such a great dude. Such a great dude. Hello, Mr. Fisherman. Hi, Mr. Oh my God, he passed out. I know why he passed out. It's because we smell terrible. Let's go ahead and put that deodorant on and try again. Let's try it again. 2 times is a charm. Hello, Mr. Fisher. There we go. See, now we don't smell terrible from handling a gigantic fish. So now we're going to go ahead and give the fisherman a gigantic fish. And in doing so, before he escapes, we're going to take his fishing rod as to save time. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to travel to the left here. Go to this ice block, and we're going to attack the ice block with the fishing rod. Totally makes sense, right? Well, we just snapped it in half, created a fire, and rescued another goblin. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and pick up this ash on the ground, just saving all the goblins. Pick up this ash, and we're going to travel to the right. Isn't it catchy? It's so catchy. I love it. All right, we're going to say hello to this wonderful walrus. This walrus is going to save the day in a minute. This walrus is going to save the day in a hot minute. I don't want to spoil it, but that walrus is absolutely wondrous. Okay, so we're going to go up one more screen. And there's our friendly walrus, creating a bridge for us to travel over. And now we're just going to go here and scream, help again! Help! To be fair, Brad is stuck in the strange land, so screaming help is totally within his right. All right, so now we're going to climb through this hole. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready to get the heck across this pond so we can get the heck on out here. So let's go ahead and jump in the boat, this totally unassuming boat. Oh my gosh, it broke! Not again. That happens every time. All right, I got a backup plan though. Let's go ahead and throw this ash into the water. So what's going to happen is a friendly dragon is up here. We're going to do the splits. We're going to levitate onto its back. And now they're taking us across the pond to the ice palace. Oh no. This is the part I was talking about, everybody. So what we're going to do is we need to push and pull the icicles. We push pull the largest one, and we push pull the second largest one. Kind of the penguins that are walking past us, that's kind of the indicator of the puzzle solution. And now we're going to push pull on the bottom one, the smallest one. And now we are in the RNG heck hallway. And here's what I mean by that. Let's first delay the inevitable. Let's pick up this broom. So now this table has dice on it that we need to pick up and roll. And there is a hallway in front of us, which depending on what dice we roll, certain doors are open. Now, after a very long time grinding this, we have determined that by rolling a triple, if you roll a triple, so a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, you can get multiple doors open. And it's just, sometimes it's a grind. We will get it. I've never been here for more than a few minutes. Oh, there we go. All right, we got a triple. Perfect. So 4, 4, 4. So 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, and 6, 6, 6 open the same doors. So that being said, let's focus on that. Sometimes with certain rolls, you can get maybe like 1 or 2 doors open if you're lucky, but it just takes so long. Thankfully, we've dissected that. Now, I actually wanted to see if I could like look at the game's code because I do some like web development, so I know me some code. But turns out this game was coded in assembly language, which, from what I understand, as many Nintendo games are coded in assembly, and it's just it breaks my brain. So I'm just gonna pass on that. And I will just assume that the combinations that we've discovered in terms of the 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6 are more than adequate. It is still dice rolls. So now, since we've rolled 4, 4, 4, we need to go back to the dice. We need to roll either a 1, 1, 1, a 3, 3, 3, or a 5, 5, 5. So far, so good. Here we go. So yeah, we just picked up some items that'll help us get to the bottom of this. One of those items being a gun, by the way. We just picked up a gun in the medieval times. Okay. Ooh, 1, 1. Wait. No, wait. Yes, perfect. Yes, this is what we want. Perfect. We got odds. Yes. Oh, I love it when this game is good to us. So we're gonna pick up this jack. We're now picking up a jack, and just to recap, we picked up a jack, an icicle, a gun, a magnifying glass, a broom, and well, we already had the fan. My biggest fan, everybody. So actually, what we can do is we can put the gun in the holster, because Brad does not need to be walking around with that. And we're gonna go to this holster, and we're gonna pick up this broken glass and this suntan lotion. So now we're gonna go in here, and we're gonna pick up this bullhorn. It's a very, very medieval handgun, in fact. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up this ice cube now. All right, and now since we've picked up everything, there is a whistle here. So what we gotta do is we're gonna pick up this whistle, and we're gonna combine the whistle with the megaphone. And now all we gotta do is attack this window with the megaphone whistle. It's gonna crack. And we literally just jump on through. All right, so now another puzzle. So this ridiculously medieval laser is jutting out from the ceiling. So what we gotta do is we gotta throw down this magnifying glass, combine that with that hole in the ground. Then we're gonna go to this next hole in the ground, and we're gonna combine this ice cube. And then we're gonna go to this next hole, and we're gonna combine an icicle. Ice is very reflective, everybody. It's extremely reflective. It can reflect even lasers. And now we're going to take this broken piece of glass, combine it with the hole, and we're gonna destroy the laser. There we go. Perfect, done and done. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna insert the jack underneath the door. And now our first boss fight, the ice witch lady. So we're gonna just jump over her fireballs, and first try, let's go. And we're gonna sit on her throne, we're gonna boyoyoing out. She just looks on in shock, and now a gigantic hand that escaped the realm of the Legend of Zelda's, plural, has gripped us. Well, fortunately, we've got some suntan lotion to get us out of this sticky situation. So now it's a slick situation. So now we're done here. Now this is another RNG heck hallway. This could go on for longer than the dice if we're not lucky. I have no idea what the mechanics behind this are, other than just keep going through the doors until it's over. If anyone here has ever played Haunting Ground, it's kind of like that. I'm sure there's a Silent Hill 4 The Room reference somewhere in there. I could just go on and on. And in fact, that's probably my only option until this area is done. Oh, but fortunately, I got ahead of myself because we are now in possession of a matchbook. A matchbox, I should say. There's at least 20 matches in there.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I get these jokes, which makes me happy.
Woohoo! It's so silly. It's just so silly. Okay, so now we just got to kind of guess in terms of the doors. Go to the next. All right. Next, the giant sleepy ogre. So what we got to do is we got to hide right here. Okay. All right, snoozing. So we got to basically throw a match in between the ogre's toesy woesies and set their feet on fire. So here we're gonna do exactly that. So we're gonna insert the match. Hopefully we can do this in one cycle. Sweet! No, they woke up. Sometimes we're lucky enough to get it in one cycle. All right, I usually wait for 3 snores. 2, 3. All right, we're good to go. I knew that would happen. That always happens. Okay, attack. That foot was on fire, and now we can, now that the ogre has shot through the ceiling, we can take their quite medieval fire extinguisher. There's Ben thanking us for fetching the fire extinguisher. And now Ben's gonna send us on our merry way. Thank you, Ben. But he wouldn't let me keep the dress. Dang it. I like the color, it's a really good tint. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the mage and tell him about all the cool things we just did. All the cool things we just did. Poor Shrek's cousins. And now we're saying, hey, Mr. Mage, we got all the things we needed. Have some more money. He's like, okay, I'm going to send you out of Enchantia now. Well, unfortunately for us, Old Man Mage just buried us alive. We're dead. Or at least we thought we were. So thankfully, we're going to get out of this. This coffin by picking up a bone, and we're actually going to go visit a doctor now. We're going to go visit the biggest, baddest doctor of them all. I'd like to introduce you all to the doctor in just a second. And there they are, coming at us. there is Dr. Acula. Hi, Dr. Acula. And well, we just went over here to the left of this pile and Dr. Acula fell inside this grave. Well, it's not over yet because we still got a couple more appointments with Dr. Acula. All right, so with that, Dr. Acula is blocking our path, so we're just going to smash them in the back of the head with a shovel. Yay, we did it. Or I wish we did. So we're going to pick up now some 1,000-year-old garlic bread and with the garlic and the bread, and it's just kind of chilling on the ground. I don't know how long it's been there. I don't know why we're picking it up, but it's ours now. So now we're going to go ahead and push this grave onto Dracula's foot. Also, if you look in the foreground, it says, "This guy's dead," which I think is really funny. This game does not take itself seriously whatsoever, and that's what I love about it. All right, so now, honestly, after all this combat, I'm feeling kind of hungry. So let's go ahead and eat the 1,000-year garlic bread.
What could go wrong?
Burp. We burped, and bye, Dracky. All right, so now we're going to pick up this somewhat medieval vacuum, and we're going to take our crucifix that we picked up. Dracula's going to be like, "Oh no!" And now let's travel to the right. And now Dracula peers out, and thankfully we've got some symbols that we picked up, so we're going to crash them behind Dracula's head. And now Dracula's nowhere to be found, so we're just going to leave. And Dracula's quitting his job. He's like, "I'm done. No more of these abducted children. No more magic potions." All right, so now we're headed toward the witch's castle. And here's the pillars of death, and we're just gonna walk through the gate. How about that? Okay, good to go. That kind of reminds me of a scene in King's Quest V where there's a similar type of pillared entrance. You got to pull out like this crystal to like deflect their evil beams. All right, so now we're in the castle. So let's go upstairs first. Okay, let's not go upstairs first. In fact, let's just skip upstairs altogether. How about that? All right, so let's go into this left room. We're gonna go ahead and pick up this ring that's on the ground. A little ring. It's a little pretty shiny ring. And now I'm feeling some books. I think I'm just gonna take a load off, read a book real quick. So we're just gonna go here. We're gonna push pull this little book here, and oh my goodness, a bookcase open. Where's this lead? Oh my goodness. It's the witch's chamber. Time's coming up, by the way. So now we gotta fight for our freedom to get out of the land of Enchantia. So firstly, we're gonna use our ridiculously medieval vacuum to vacuum up this here ghost. And now we're gonna push pull on our fire extinguisher to dispel the witch's flames. And now finally, we're going to attack with our biggest fan, deflecting the fireballs. Time is coming up. Time is coming up, everybody. So now we're gonna walk up to the Witch of Enchantia, and we're gonna prove our love and loyalty to her. So let's combine the witch with the ring we found, and oh my God, she's gone. She yelled. She left her crown behind. And time. That is Curse of Enchantia, everybody. Excellent. I love it. But yeah, this game is just absolutely ridiculous. This is just a total throwback to my childhood. I hope you all super enjoyed that. But yes, thank you so much again, GDQ Hotfix, for having me. I had so much fun, especially with this game. Thank you so much again to our wonderful host Conception for putting this amazing show on. If you like retro games, horror games, DJ streams, you can find me at twitch.tv/DJ Rebirth. Also, I'm currently the only person that speedruns this game. So if this game's your jam, if you're interested, I've got a guide or two posted on the speedrun leaderboards for Curse of Enchantia. And that's going to do it. So everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Again, happy Monday. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Conception and friends, GDQ, thank you again for having me. Take care, everybody.
The pleasure was certainly ours. You have an infectious energy when it comes to this game, and I'm really glad that this freeze frame has the B theme of the show, the secret B theme continuing on. So I'm going to say that was purposeful. I did that on purpose.
Thank
absolutely.
You. Love it.
Yes. Thank you so much, DJ Rebirth. Well done. Incredible run. We have one last run for y'all tonight, and it is a doozy, so you're going to want to stick around for it. But we're going to take one last break as well. So feel free to stand up, stretch it out, get some food, get some drink, maybe some 1,000-year-old garlic bread. And we'll see you here in just a few short moments. Whoa, welcome back to Awfully Silly. I don't know what that was. I just decided to be a little silly there. But My name is Conception, and we've been having a blast so far with the awfully clicky episode this time. We've had incredible runs of, so far, Crazy Machines, Gabriel Knight 20th Anniversary Edition, and Curse of Enchantia, all absolute bangers of games, and we're going to be ending it with one last banger. But before we do so, just want to remind everybody else that the schedule for SGDQ 2023 is now out. So feel free to go on over to gamesdonequick.com, or you can use !SGDQ in the chat for more info. And additionally, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. Please consider subscribing if you are enjoying the daily content. We appreciate it. But yes, we have one last run of our awfully clicky episode, and it is a pretty famous one. It's a pretty enjoyable one. It's one that people all love or love to hate, kind of depending on how you look at it. And it is of course Loom, and is going to be run by Moon Blaze Wolf. Go ahead and take it away.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming out and watching the awfully clicky hotfix tonight. I am Moonblaze Wolf. I use he, they pronouns, and I'm going to be showcasing the speedrun of Loom tonight. This is the any % VGA version, which is the version that is available on Steam. If you would like to buy this game for yourself, it is only $6 on Steam. So you can definitely go ahead and check that out and pick up a classic for your Steam library. Yes, exactly. I also have two fellow runners and great commentators for this game, which the game itself is very silly, but we're going to try to make the commentary extra silly as well. And I'm going to go ahead and let my commentators introduce themselves now.
I'm Ellen Motas. Hi, everyone.
And hi, I'm Skullakitty.
And for those who watch this run and want to see it again, Motas is actually going to be running this game at SGDQ. So congratulations, Motas, for getting that in. I know everyone who this game has been in a lot of smaller marathons over the years. There's a good handful of us who run it, and we always have a good time, and we want to share it with y'all because it is just such a silly and fun experience. So I think on that note, let's go ahead and get started.
Choose your skill level.
I have to please choose my skill level in order to begin the game. So I'm going to choose the standard. I guess we'll say difficulty here, but we'll talk about the whole mechanic of this game, which is sort of tied into this as well once we get going. But I will go ahead and get started here in 3, 2, 1, go.
Please choose your skill. Welcome to the age.
And welcome to the Age of the Great Guilds, everyone. And in addition to the Age of the Great Guilds, this is our hero, Bobbin Threadbare. He does not like to go where he is told. There we go.
Oh, Bobbin. There you go.
Bobbin, please. I might say that a lot during this run. But there's also something that we are celebrating today. It is Bobbin's birthday, so it is very customary at the beginning of every Loom speedrun to wish Bobbin a happy birthday. So commentators, Conception, everybody in Twitch chat right now, let's just give a big old, on the count of 3, happy birthday, Bobbin. So 1, 2, 3... Happy birthday,
Bobbin! So right now, Bobbin's very slow. He doesn't like to go where you click. Basically, the game has areas which are interactable and areas which are not. And if you click areas that aren't interactable, sometimes Bobbin will go in a weird direction. We don't have the item we need to interact with the rest of the game yet. We're about to get the distaff, which is how you do things in this game. And I think, yeah, we'll let this cutscene go and then we can explain some more.
Well, we're not going to be really watching any of the cutscenes in this game. That's part of the reason why we can complete Loom in under a half hour.
That is true.
About the same length of time as the wonderful audio drama that accompanied Loom. Do you all remember the time when you get like audio dramas with your games? I do.
It's heavier than it looks.
This game does have voice acting, though. So
yeah, this is one of the earliest examples of video game voice acting. And that's why we don't have any music for the talkie version. They kind of had to pick music or voices. So we only have music during any of the cutscenes. And again, we're skipping all those cutscenes. But to kind of catch us up on what's happening lore-wise, Bobbin got called to the principal's office because his adopted grandma was teaching him how to weave and none of the elders were very happy about that. But it's fine. A swan broke in and turned everyone into swans. And now we have to figure out, where did those swans go?
We got a pretty cool stick, and we know 3 musical notes, so...
Yeah, the progression in this game is tied to how many notes on this musical staff you know. So our main goal here on Loom Island is going to be to learn the F note, because we can't continue with the game until we do that. And the way the game makes sure that you actually know all the information you need to know to progress is it makes you basically play around with different things on the island before it gives you the F note.
Yep, there's going to be a couple different things that I'm going to be doing here. All of it will also be useful later on in the run, though. So this is not just like a tutorial for tutorial's sake. We're going to be accumulating the, they're called drafts, that I will need to actually finish the game.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things about Loom that's very interesting. Unlike other point-and-click adventures where you'd have an inventory system, or you'd have like a noun-verb system where you have to write out the command, Loom instead, you are going to be learning all these different drafts over the course of the game. Luckily for us, there are only, for the VGA version, there's only 4 draft lists that we can have. And usually within, at most, the first 3 drafts, we know exactly which one we're using for the entire run. And Lotas is the one who put that together.
A couple existed before, but there was one that nobody had actually written down anywhere. So we've got that now. But basically, the game also doesn't let you, even if you yourself have the knowledge of what a draft is, which we do because we have the list, the game won't let you use it unless Bobbin has learned that draft. So believe every time we do a draft in this game, Bobbin has seen it. It may have happened in a cutscene that we skipped, but he has heard the song before.
And this is where hopefully I will find out what draft list I'm on.
Okay.
Wow, those hitboxes are very small. Okay, I'm on draft list 2, which is great.
Oh, that's my fave.
Yep.
Yeah, Blaze knows that this is draft list 2 now because it's got a unique night vision draft, which is the one he's learning now. So we don't need to know anything else. We know all the inputs for the rest of the game from this part out.
Now the challenge is going to be controlling Bobbin and keeping him pointed in the right direction, which is surprisingly difficult, or maybe not surprisingly difficult.
I think it's pretty difficult because you don't have like direct control over Bobbin. You could just sort of be like, Bobbin, can you maybe come this way for us? And then Bobbin, like the video game equivalent of a cat, might just be like, nah, I don't feel like it.
We're about to learn our first reversible draft. This is straw to gold, but we're actually going to learn it by turning gold to straw, the reverse effect. So any draft that's reversible, you can do the opposite. And the game teaches you this right here and some other places that we're going to skip.
Yeah, the important thing about the reversible drafts is they're all going to be palindromes. So I just learned what you would think would be the valuable version of this draft, which would be straw to gold. But if you reverse that around and do it in the opposite direction, I will actually turn gold to straw, which you might wonder, why, Blaze, would you like to turn gold to straw? That doesn't make any sense. Straw is useless. Well, there's going to be at least one time that I need to do that. So it works out okay. We got a good line coming up here, so you can listen to that.
Grass green. I hate that color.
He hates that color.
Boo. I love green.
Green is good. I do love, Blaze, how you went very green.
I made my room grass green.
I should note here that Blaze went to the far pile there. He could have used the pile closer to the door, but you risk soft locking. He's now learned the F note, but if you leave this tent after you cast die, but before you get the F note, the game just never gives it to you.
We don't want soft locks.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, I think we're about done here. So what do we say we go check out someplace else?
Yeah.
Got this.
Gotta take our tree boat.
Our very seaworthy tree boat vessel here.
We do have good lines. Always, we get to listen to some of Bobbin's lines here, and the voice acting is pretty good. He's very, very sassy.
I know, Scully, you wanted to talk about the voice actor a little.
Yeah. They got a lot of people from actually from the theater world to record Loom. But the big one is Richard Said, who plays Bobbin. He actually has a pretty accomplished career as both a theater director and actor. In fact, like you can go and like take his classes online if you feel like it. I thought that was really cool when I was doing some research for Loom.
I do notice in the chat some people speaking about how large the distaff is that Bobbin has. It's like comically large, but these weavers weave the fabric of reality. So what the size of their distaff is not. Don't worry about that.
It's like the ones you would get like like how Freya has like a really long one.
There's a lot of large magical staves in this game. We're going to see the shepherds here, and they also have them. They're also kind of jerks.
Come on, lads. He's had enough. Let him go.
But even though we did not actually hear the full spell, Bobbin has heard the full spell, so we have learned invisibility. Yes, we got the glitch. Bobbin walked over the tree.
This is my least favorite screen in the entire run.
It is, yeah, that one's really annoying. This one, though, the beach. Because...
yeah, are you continuing on or not? You can't tell.
Yeah, because Bobbin will sometimes just get stuck in that sand dune. You have to be like, Bobbin, there he is.
He takes an uncomfortably long amount of time to reappear.
Yes.
Yeah, you're thinking, was he just slow or did he get stuck? Because that will happen. He can get stuck there. He gets stuck on the night vision screen, some other places.
But we're starting to interact with some of the other guilds. We maybe want to talk about some of the other guilds in the world of Loom.
Yeah, so we just went by the Shepherd's Guild. This over here is the Glass Guild. I wonder. There's a whole big like dramatic cutscene you can watch there, but we don't. It's fine. I'm sure we'll catch up with that shady business later. Right now, we got to take this Bellevator.
The Bellevator. Yeah, I'm sure they're not up to anything nefarious at all.
Mm-hmm. No.
Bell. I wonder what will happen if.
Yes, the Bellevator and the gossiping scythe polishers. I don't know
Gossip
what their real job is.
The gossiping boyfriends, you mean?
Yes, gossip. Yeah, gossip boyfriends.
With a space, of course.
Figure, doesn't he? I don't doubt the Crucible's getting tired of bowing and screaming. I don't doubt the Crucible's getting tired of bowing.
The repeated lines.
That's a good sign that you're going faster than Loom can handle. If you get the weird repeating dialogue, always makes me feel good as a speedrunner.
This is a bootstrap paradox because the glassblowers are just like the weavers are so good they can weave reality. The glassblowers are good. They have somewhat magical effects like the Bellevators. This is a seeing stone to see the future. So Bobbin is seeing himself casting the terror draft, which he didn't know, but now he just learned it from his future self, who learned it in the past his future self.
Don't think too hard.
Don't think, yeah.
It's magic.
Why would the clerics want a scrying sphere anyway? I thought they didn't believe in the future.
Yeah, your guess is as
I thought they didn't believe in the future.
But Crucible appears.
I love that. Those two are great. You can just stand there if you're playing casually, just listen to them gossip for like a pretty decent amount of time.
Yeah, that's a thing. You know, obviously we're going fast in the speedrun, but there's a prodigious amount of both characters, screens, and lines that we do not get to hear in the speedrun. There's whole conversations, whole characters that the game assumes you will meet that we will not meet at all.
Nope. We don't have time for that. We got to figure out what happened about those swans.
I got to get some payback on those shepherds. They were mean to me.
Yes, that too. We have to retaliate. There we go.
Yeah, you may think, oh, don't be mean to those shepherds, but like much everyone in this game is about to have a really bad day. Some spoilers there. It's probably one of the darker LucasArts games of the era.
Oh, Bobbin. There we go.
Bobbin.
I sure wish.
Sure wish he knew.
But wait, I do. We scared them off.
We became a dragon.
Yeah.
And scared them.
And you would think, well, why not just use the invisibility draft on them? They kind of laugh at you because it's kind of their thing. So they're like, oh, that doesn't work. We saw you do it.
Yeah.
Also, this is my favorite screen in the whole game because it's so pretty.
It's very, very pretty.
They're really showing off those 256 colors.
Yeah, they had a lot of really great folks in the graphics department. I always like to give a special shout out to Mark Ferrari, who was like one of those just like amazing trailblazers for computer graphics. He still does like really wonderful stuff. But we get to meet the one nice person in this entire game other than Hatchel.
The lamb.
She doesn't look at all well.
She is actually my son.
Sorry, please.
Seem to be bringing her much comfort.
So we learned the healing draft from Fleece here, but it doesn't work when she does it because she doesn't know how to be a weaver. And Bobbin can't use it because he doesn't know the A note yet. So sorry, lamb.
The flock is out to pasture. You'll find them there. Go forth, wizard, and may you return.
Okay, so we need chat's help here. Get any of your screaming emotes ready. You will know when to use them.
Yes.
Any screams.
We're about to go into Screamo vision.
My partner, Ferric, I know you're watching. Get your Ferric shocked ready. You've heard of the Wilhelm scream before. This is the Bobbin scream.
It's the fact it repeats. That's really the cream of.
It was funny enough on its own, but the instant repeat.
What comes of being in such a blazing hurry, I guess. I thought you looked a bit scrawny.
Also, the dragon is great. There's just so much going on here.
I love everything about Miss Dragon. She's the best, and I am so sad we have to bully her to progress the game. Also, very good.
Unfortunate.
Yes, also very good screams, chat. I'm so proud of you all.
That was very good.
Yeah, there's an alternate way to get past this dragon, but it would require us to go out of our way to learn drafts that we don't have to learn. So we're just gonna have to scare her here and she burns her own gold pile up.
I mean, she'll get her revenge later. Don't worry about it. Just not on
Nothing
just
bad
not on
will
us,
happen.
but
You haven't heard the last of me, you cheeky brat.
oh, you cheeky brat is
means
such a
it.
good line. Like, it feels like it's a really bad like JRPG translation of some sort, like you spoony bard, but no, it totally works.
Yeah, Bobbin is absolutely a cheeky brat. Like, we don't get to have like half of it because we don't get his little his snippy commentary at us if you mess up like a draft. Like, he will sort of, snark back at you, the player. And I really liked that. I liked the fact that Loom has that layer of separation between the main character and the player. And you're both like equally sassy at each other, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this cave here is really tough because it's really easy to not only backstep, but backstep by a lot here. It's very touchy as far as where you're clicking, and especially the entrances and exits between screens, like this staircase and another staircase later, is very, very touchy.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't help that like you can only play Loom in the original resolution. If you're playing this on a modern PC, it is a very small window that you're dealing with.
Yeah, if you see me squinting at any point, that's probably why.
Oh no!
Oh nope, hold
Wrong
on.
one.
Nope, I know.
Yeah.
I was busy being silly. That's okay here, right?
Checks out. It
That's
checks out.
okay.
It's in the title, yeah.
Chad,
Okay.
it's time once again. Get the screams ready once again.
What screams?
This one always genuinely surprises me because I never know exactly when it's coming.
It's like when you touch the stalactite.
Guess I
So
won't be
good.
going back.
This staircase coming up is my arch nemesis. Let's see how Blaze handles it.
Oh, this was my arch nemesis. This like that little turn. See, it's so easy to have Bobbin get stuck there.
There, okay. That was actually
stuck behind the pillar, yeah.
That was actually the worst time I've had getting through that doorway today, so I'll take it. That still wasn't that bad.
Yeah, this whole sequence here is real. If you click too far outside the night vision bubble, the game also doesn't let you progress either. So
yep.
Blaze, can we hear about the repair costs? Oh,
I already started. I'm sorry.
it's okay. If you
By
click
the way,
on that,
yeah, go ahead.
yes, yeah. If you click on that before you fix it, Bob will just be like, "Oh, repair costs are spiraling."
Oh my
Just
gosh.
like, Bobbin, stop with your dad jokes. You're only 17, Bobbin.
I saw a question in chat about Scum VM being allowed for this. The leaderboards actually do have several versions. The Steam VGA, the EGA, and the Scum VM is just a flag that's set for the leaderboards. There's a couple of active runners still, but the rules haven't really changed in a long time. We just basically made a different board for each version of the game.
It's Rusty. He's the best at bad decisions, like sleeping in, a graveyard.
Yeah.
Good job.
For as bad
Good
as
job,
our day
Rusty.
is going to be, Rusty's going to have a very bad day.
Well, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on our best Rusty cosplay, though.
Hey, Scala,
Are you
isn't
ready?
there
Yes?
isn't there some dragon that's looking for us right now?
Maybe.
Well, this works.
It's fine, though. This is fine. We don't care about that. All we care about is going to ForgeCon 2023.
Shirts optional.
We're entering the Forge with a forged identity. You can't get more meta than this.
Very nice. Oh, by the way, hammers.
Hammers.
You thought you were getting voice
Yeah,
acting,
so-
but you're actually getting hammers.
If we were playing the other version of the game, you would be getting nice music from Swan Lake, the musical, which all the music in this game is from Swan Lake. And unfortunately, we only get it at the beginning and the end of the game.
Now, you'd get it in some of the cutscenes, but we're not seeing any of those cutscenes, so it don't matter.
Well,
That straw.
Anyway, a bunch of lore happened. Some bad things happened to Rusty. We'll get back to that in a bit. But Bobbin's got the distaff back before it almost got burned up in a fire because Hetchel came and rescued it for him. Yay, Hetchel. I'm so sad we don't get to see a lot of Hetchel. I love Hetchel. She's so great.
Yeah, I don't actually know what the villain's plan was going to be if you didn't bring him this distaff, so we're not going to pay attention to that too much.
Don't pay attention to that plot hole. It's fine. Speaking of the villain,
There they are.
the final blow.
And we do actually get a minute or so here of dialogue, so everybody can kind of enjoy the catching up a little bit here.
I'm just putting the edge on the last sword, sir.
Good to hear it.
It's a nice sword. Be a shame if something happened to it.
Get it finished.
You'll share with me a historic moment, Foreman. The forging of the 10,000th sword marks the end of our preparations. How much longer must I wait?
The steel will ring out its final defeat, sir. Not much longer now.
Very good then. Carry on.
All right, this is kind of a tricky click, because if you do it wrong, you go back out in the hallway.
and you have to listen to a whole other conversation for them to give you another chance.
Yep.
But we good. And now it's time for the cathedral.
A lot just happened.
Yep, now
a
we're in a
lot more is
cage.
going to happen.
So literally, Bobbin just taught the villain everything he needs to know for his evil plan to work.
Keep away from that.
Also, that's Cobb.
Anyway.
Hi, Cobb. Bye, Cobb.
Hi, Cobb. He's the one who you could ask about Loom in the Monkey Island games. Anyway.
He's fine. That's where he went. Yeah. Bye, Cobb.
Yep. And then, Bishop Mandible may have released a great and terrible evil upon the world.
And we get to scream
we're
again.
Scream again. Yeah. And,
I think
Bishop
we're all
Mandible
caught
may
up.
have been, he got a little disintegrated. It's fine.
Yeah, there's a draft that is in the game booklet that comes with the game. It lampshades it for you nice and early before you even start playing, called Unmaking. And it does what it says on the tin.
Mm-hmm. But now we're outside the fabric of reality. Haha.
Get it? Because it's a loom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, there's Rusty. Like we said, he kind of had a bit of a bad day. The dragon might have decided that he was crunchy and goes good with ketchup, but it's fine. We're going to fix that with a little necromancy.
You think the dragon was confused when, she ate half a bobbin and then he didn't look like Bobbin anymore?
I don't think she cared at that point. The thing is that you're not supposed to know what weavers look like anyway.
You can ask Cobb about that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm fine. It's fine if you look into a weaver's face. It's fun, in fact.
You go to Monkey Island.
Yeah. Oh, hey, it's those shepherds who are mean to us. Guess what we're not doing? We're not helping them.
Well, it's too late anyway, so.
Yeah, you can if you want to. You could use some more necromancy to solve that problem, but that takes time. We ain't got time for that.
Yeah, and you might think Blaze is kind of wasting time by closing all these portals, but we need the B note, and the game won't give it to you until you close all these holes in reality. They're pesky.
Oh, there we go.
You can use close or heal on these. Good. Close being the opposite of open.
I like using close because it's the exact same draft every time.
That's fair. I don't know. I like heal.
It's
also, I guess
flavor,
we'll have a call. We'll have a callback. Everyone, B.
I can't believe that really has carried through almost all the games tonight. That's kind of incredible, yes.
It was secretly the B block all along. But we did it. We closed all the holes in reality. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to find the swans, including Bobbin's mom, who is also a swan. And normally we would talk to her, but we're just
I was trying. There is you can skip that line of dialogue if you buffer a cutscene skip as you're entering the zone, but it's very basically you just mash and hope for the best. So
yeah.
Cigna's voice actor is amazing, so it's a real shame that in the speedrun we really don't get to hear her lines.
And the best part is that she also plays Chaos, which is I love that little detail.
Who?
Oh, by the way, Bob learned how to
Chaos.
run finally.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Chaos, the villain, the great and terrible evil. Also, it's Hatchel.
Or
Yay,
is it
Hatchel.
Coas? Chaos.
It's Chaos.
Hatchel's adorable.
She's so cute.
Hatchel's delicious.
Don't look, everyone. Don't.
Now I'm casting the eat draft. No, I'm kidding. This is unshape.
And now we get to do
just
the important thing. We get to completely sever reality by breaking the loom. It's fine.
Just a little light breaking reality. Oh, and abandoning everyone on this side of reality to chaos.
Well, they know what they did. Bobbin definitely has the right idea, just noping out of this whole thing. All right, time is going to be coming up very shortly when I play the last note here. Time.
GG! Bobbin is now a swan!
GG's.
Thank you.
Somewhere in the 26-20 range. Pretty good.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, sub 27 it looks like. So very happy with that run. This is a fun game. This is one of those games I kind of learned doing like a 12-hour challenge because of frankly, because of my two friends that are here in the booth doing commentary with me. So thank you very much. This game has been a lot of fun for me, and definitely been a really enjoyable speedrun to learn and share with others. And I'm really happy that everyone at GDQ is going to get a chance to watch it, not only here in the Hotfix show, but also at SGDQ this summer.
Yes, absolutely.
Here's the beautiful Swan Lake music that we could have the whole game if memory was the thing in 1990.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, Conception, for booking this game onto the show. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, Motas and Scala, for being here with me to do commentary. Very excited for the next couple months, not just for this game. I also have my first GDQ run coming up at SGDQ. I'll be running Chained Echoes, and Conception, I know you have your first run as well. So
I do, yeah. So
we got a trio of first timers here on the Loom run. So
yes, excellent. Yeah, I can't wait as well. Yeah, any other plugs or shout outs or anything before we wrap up here? Didn't want to make sure everyone got their time.
No, I just really appreciate the opportunity again. I stream 3 times a week on twitch.tv/moonblazewolf, so you can check me out there. I do mostly speedruns. I do some casual playthroughs of RPGs, and I also do a lot of randomizers, particularly the Final Fantasy IV pre-Enterprise randomizer. So if you like the sound of any of that, you can definitely come check out my stream sometime.
Okay, awesome. Well, yes, an incredible run. Anything from Motas or our Scala Kitty?
You can find me. You want to go ahead, Motas. You go first.
Go. Well, I don't stream very often because I have potato internet, but there is a Discord for this and the other LucasArts point-and-click adventure games, along with the Sierra ones too, called Speedy Adventures. It's linked to the speedrun.com page for Loom, so you can find that there.
And I occasionally stream over at twitch.tv/ScalaKitty. Usually it's going to be either Haven or art streams. So if either of those sound like fun, feel free to stop by. But thank you, Blaze, so much for inviting us on. And thank you to GDQ for hosting Loom.
Yeah, and if you see any of us at SGDQ, you can feel free to ask us about Loom.
Yes, absolutely. Well, incredible showcase. Very well done all around tonight, but especially enjoying this last run. Thank you all so much for being here and making that a very, very enjoyable presentation for us. For everybody out there, that does wrap up Awfully Silly tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed our Awfully Clicky episode. I want to remind everyone to not go anywhere, though, because right after this, we have yet another GDQ Hotfix show. This one is going to be Out of Bounds. So which if you're unfamiliar, is a show that features glitches, tips, tricks, of some of your favorite speedruns. So you're going to want to stick around for that. I believe we're going to be doing some Command and Conquer Renegade this evening. So it's going to be very, very interesting. I can't wait to see how that game can get broken open. But thank you so much for watching. We will see you again in 2 weeks. For a very special episode. You're going to want to check out the next one. I'm not going to even say what it is because it's going to be awesome. But yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks for another Awfully Silly. Bye, everyone.